Next is Kaya Taylor and parents Mark and Christina Taylor. Lance student studying engineering with a possible music major at Iowa State University. Next is Ashley Taylor.
And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to high school football, live from Linn-Mar Stadium here on the north side of Marion as we get ready for week 6 of the 2022 high school football season. As tonight, it'll be an intersectional matchup, if you will, as it'll be the defending state champion Southeast Polk Rams going up against the Linn-Mar Lions. Great to have you aboard from Linn-Mar Stadium. Scott Unash, Coach John Hegarty with you here on a absolutely beautiful Friday evening for football. Temperature right now is very, very comfortable as the temperature at about 69 degrees. Not much as far as the wind is concerned. Dare I say, John, this might be, weather-wise, our nicest Friday we've had so far in the year.
And science can explain this too, Scott. That's that hurricane out there that's got everything bottlenecked up, giving us perfect weather.
Bad for them. Not too bad for us here. And we should have a very entertaining and a very interesting game coming up tonight as we take a look at the defending state champion, the Southeast Polk Rams, as they make their way over to Eastern Iowa for the second consecutive week. Last week, they were at Memorial Stadium in Waterloo and took care of business against Waterloo West in a shutout fashion by a score of 56-0. They make another trip over to Eastern Iowa to take on a much tougher Linn-Mar Lion team. Linn-Mar coming in at 3-2, and the Rams of Southeast Polk coming in at 4-1. And anytime you get the defending state champions coming to your place, it's a big deal.
Well, it is, and it's such an important game. Actually, for both of these teams, if you're Southeast Polk, you know, you had a loss a couple of weeks ago that stung pretty bad when everybody thought you were the top dog. And so they're trying to get back on top of the heap in a lot of people's minds. And then if you're Linn-Mar, my goodness, you're fighting for playoff sittings right now. You need to win this game because you got a toughie coming up at the end of the season with Prairie, and you don't want to have to set yourself down any lower than you can when it comes to that RPI and matchups for first round.
Coming your way tonight on the Plum Supply Kitchens and Baths pregame show here from Linn-Mar Stadium as the crowd continues to file in. As the first chance we get to see the new turf. Of course, Linn-Mar had to play their first home game this year at John Wall Memorial Field out at Cedar Rapids Prairie because the turf installation was behind, the arrival was behind, everything was behind. They got it in for last week's homecoming win against Cedar Rapids Jefferson, and this will be the second time. It is fast, it is spongy, according to everybody out there, so should be a fast track coming up for this one here tonight. We'll hear from Coach Tim Lovell of Linn-Mar coming up here in just a little bit on the Plum Supply Kitchens and Baths pregame show here this evening. But it's a Southeast Polk team, John, that graduated a lot of talent from a year ago, but they brought back a lot of talent. You take a look at Abu Sama, who's been out with an injury the last couple of ball games, but he's going to be going to Iowa State. Not a bad replacement in senior Harrison Gibson, who's ran for 621 yards. He's fourth in Class 5A right now. You lose a receiver like Falloon. You got another Falloon coming. Yep. Young one, but then you've got Joe Zelenovich, who's stepped up in a big, big way. And
Coach's son.
Absolutely. And then there's this guy named Proctor at left tackle. It's pretty good.
Caden Proctor is everything that you can imagine he is size-wise. When we sit up here in the press box, quite a ways from the field, I might mention. But you look at him, he is what's got 6'8", like about 350, and he wears his pads well. There's a reason that it came down to Iowa and Alabama for his services in the offensive line at that blind spot left tackle.
Yep, and I tell you what, it is a big physical unit for Southeast Polk, and that's been their MO over the years. They don't do a lot of things as far as formations are concerned. It's somewhat kind of basic a little bit. Mm-hmm. They just do it really, really well.
Well, the offensive line looks every bit a college line, as does everybody on the roster, as for a matter of fact. but they just want to come out with the fundamentals and beat you with their size, their physicality. Brad Zelenovich, he's been at Southeast Polk long enough now. He's got a premier program going there. They have a fantastic facility. They have a big weight room emphasis. He loves his kids being multi-sport athletes. My goodness, last year after they won the football state title, what'd they do in the winter, Scott?
Backed it up with wrestling.
Won the wrestling state title, and that's a good combination to have. When you've got the best in the state in football and wrestling, my goodness, you're off and running.
And Linn-Mar is going to try to stop that here tonight. A Lion team, of course, led by sophomore quarterback Austin Waller. Carter Henderson, one of the top returning backs in Class 5A, getting healthier, stronger as the year progresses. But Linn-Mar hangs their hat on their defense this year. And a defense that's only giving up 226 yards a game, only 88 in the ground. That is going to be tested tonight.
Coach Tim Lovell loves to have a rock-solid, rock-ribbed defense. He had those when he was at Marion, and he's got his guys playing defense here at Linn-Mar. It's funny because you think back to a lot of the Linn-Mar teams of the last couple of decades, and you think prolific offense. Maybe one of their weaknesses, if you will. Not a knock on those teams. They were great teams, but they just didn't quite maybe have the defense to shut people down and go to that championship level that they wish they could. If they can get both the offense and the defense to be playing together with that complementary football you hear everybody talking about, watch out, because Linn-Mar could have a real good thing going.
Linn-Mar has had one matchup so far this year with a top flight outfit, lost in overtime to Pleasant Valley. 14-7. We'll see what they do tonight against the defending state champion Southeast Polk Rams. We'll take a break and we'll hear from Linn-Mar coach Tim Lovell when we return. Linn-Mar and Southeast Polk tonight on CRM Live Sports. Great to have you with us, and back with more right after this.
Plum Supply Kitchens and Baths. Your home never looks so beautiful. Plumbing fixtures, a great variety. Transform your home with Plum Supply. Our kitchen designs are amazing. Our service is priceless. Plum Supply. Touch and see. Plum Supply Kitchens and Baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
Does your business need signs, nameplates, or name badges? Looking to recognize an employee, athlete, or student for a job well done? Or promote your next big event? Letter Perfect in Cedar Rapids has what you need to identify, recognize, and promote. ADA-compliant office signs, industrial signs, full-color signs, dimensional letters, personalized plaques, and awards of all kinds, and thousands of items to customize with your company logo to promote your business. Letter Perfect, 5412 Centerpoint Road Northeast, and online at letperfect.com. Looking for reliable and professional plumbing service in the metro area? Look no further than Evans Plumbing. From the smallest and simplest jobs to large commercial plumbing needs, Evans Plumbing will strive to exceed expectations by ensuring that all plumbing work is done to the highest of standards. Evans Plumbing uses only the highest quality parts and equipment to ensure customer satisfaction is guaranteed, and 24-hour emergency service is available. Evans Plumbing, 5070 18th Avenue Southwest, and at evansmasterplumber.com. Kitchens and Bass pregame show. Linn-Mar and Southeast Polk tonight in week number 6, and head coach Tim Lovell of the Lions joining me. And coach, that's why you script homecoming last week, right?
Yeah, it was a great win. I mean, you start off with a touchdown right away again, second week in a row by Tristan Jackson. Really set the tone, and I think really set the tone from an energy standpoint for our team. So we couldn't have started any better. Really happy about that.
Well, you get a chance as well to get a lot of guys in last week and have them stay into the game, be happy, and they help out at practice.
Yeah, we call them our best of the rest, red team guys, and they give us the look that we need to be ready every Friday night. And so for us to honor them with playing time is just tremendous. And we had some really good things happen in the second half. We had a nice 14-play drive by guys that typically aren't playing on Friday nights. We don't have a robust JV schedule, so for us to get film on young guys who are really contributing well to our program, it's really important, and that's how we're trying to build the program moving forward.
Carter Henderson getting healthier and healthier each week, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's getting more confident. It's just taken him some time, this ankle injury, just kind of one of those things that it's hard to get over. And last week was really good for him just to set the tone right early, getting a touchdown and running hard, running through some tackles. He's going to have his hands full tonight with their defense. They're a tremendous defense, and they're going to bring a lot of pressure. So we anticipate him having to work for yards after contact. But that's, this is what you play 5A football for. These are the nights that you relish and you look forward to. And so I know he's really excited about playing tonight.
Well, I imagine week 6, your sophomore quarterback's probably not a sophomore anymore.
He is not a sophomore, and if you watch him play, the development he's had has been tremendous. We're really excited for Austin. He's doing things that you wouldn't expect a sophomore to do, stepping up in the pocket, dipping away from pressure, making quick throws, quick decisions that are oftentimes, paralyze young quarterbacks. And he's really doing great things, and we're really excited to have him for a couple more years.
Well, you had Pleasant Valley, another very good program earlier in the year. This is a step up from that.
100%. And, that was, you talk about program development and playing a team like Pleasant Valley toe-to-toe. Unfortunately, it didn't come out our way, but it taught our guys an important lesson that, resiliency and physical toughness, mental toughness matter in this game. So for nights like tonight, it tells them, it gives them something that they can build off of and, toughens their spine. And so, we're anticipating a hell of a fight tonight. And, I'm sure Southeast is, looking at it the exact same way.
Well, they bring a physical brand of football. There's no doubt about that, but they have a lot of guys with a lot of speed, too.
Yeah, if you look at what they've done over 5 games, they're about 68-70% run. They don't have the same quarterback they had last year, but the kid they have right now is really, really effective. Caleb, number 5, and we know we're going to have our hands full. And of course, the big 74 kid, and they're big up front, offensively and defensively. They just bring it. They get after it. Looking forward to this one. A couple weeks ago, we knew what we're getting into, and so it's going to be 48 minutes of an absolute brawl. And I think our kids are really excited for the challenge.
Well, 2 things though. Number 1, you were ahead last year over there at halftime, and number 2, to get to the top, you got to beat the top, and that's what Southeast Polk is.
Yeah, 100%. They're the state champs, and so for us talking to our kids this week, you got to have a mindset of we can and we will, and every play matters. Don't take plays off. Support each other. Be ready for the ups and downs. Basically, be a one-play warrior. You got to have a short memory, because they're going to be punching, and we're going to have to counter punch. And at the end of the day, whoever makes the fewest mistakes is probably going to come out on top. And I'm really excited to see what our team can do, because we had a really good week, and we've been building towards this game for quite some time. So I'm really, really excited.
Yeah, and a big one, obviously, as far as the rest of the season and RPI and everything.
Yeah, we're not in the top 16 right now, and so this would be a good one to help us get to that playoffs. Last year we were 7-2 at a playoff team, but we lost to Prairie at the end of the year, and it took us out of the top 8 from hosting. A win like tonight, if you're able to come out on top, it really helps solidify that a little bit and puts us in the state conversation. Obviously we want to show up and show out, and if our kids give our best effort, that's all I can ask for.
Well, it should be fun, and best of luck to the Lions tonight.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more right after this here on CRM Live Sports. The Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building Trades Council represents 18 building trade unions in the corridor. Each union provides skilled workers for construction projects throughout the area. Union workers are highly skilled professionals who are determined to better their communities. The building trades unions are always looking toward the future. Training in registered apprenticeships is available. Visit their website at cricbt.org for more information. The Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building and Trades Council, committed to getting the job done right the first time. The MLB, the NFL, the NHL, what do these 3 have in common? All 3 professional leagues have a chiropractor full-time in every team. Professional athletes use chiropractic care to perform at their highest level. Let the team at Spinal Corrective Center help you play at 100%. Sports chiropractic care is the next level. Chiropractic care improves body function, reaction, and improves player longevity. Call Spinal Corrective Center today at 393-3996 and see Drs. Kretzinger, Kuehl, and Henick and experience sports chiropractic care to perform at the next level. Spinal Corrective Center, 3800 River Ridge Drive Northeast in Cedar Rapids and at spinalcc.org.
And now, fans, we invite you to sing along as the Marching Lions play the Linn-Mar Alma
Back with you from Linn-Mar Stadium. Scott Udash, John Hegarty with you on the Plum Supply Kitchens and Bass pregame show. We'll get the national anthem with the Linn-Mar Marching Lions coming up here in just a couple of moments. And John, our keys to tonight's game, they're brought to you by the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building Trades Council, representing 18 building trade unions in the corridor. Apprenticeships are available, and visit them online at cricbt.org. That's, once again, cricbt.org. What are you looking at tonight?
You know, this is going back to old school, but this is a TOP game, time of possession. I got to think that if you're Linn-Mar, you need to keep the ball out of Southeast Polk's hands, because Southeast Polk's just going to grind it down the field and stuff it in the end zone if they can, and keep the ball out of your hands. Linn-Mar's defense tonight is really going to have its job cut out for it. As good as they are, this is maybe one of their supreme tests that they'll face. And so they've got to find a way to get 3 and out if they can. And if nothing else, limit the number of possessions that Southeast Polk has the ball in Lion territory. They can't get behind, Scott. That's another huge key. They cannot play from behind because the offense has not shown the big play potential on a consistent basis that they need to try and rally from behind. So time of possession, no turnovers tonight. Get your offense and do not relinquish the lead or keep it close in the fourth quarter. That's what Linn-Mar's got to do.
Those are our keys to the game, brought to you by the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building Trades Council, as the crowd here at Linn-Mar Stadium is getting ready for our national anthem here in just a little bit. Some really good games, especially in central Iowa tonight, that we will keep you abreast of on our Emil's Hideaway scoreboard. We'll do that coming up throughout the ball game here tonight. And let's get to our starting lineups. They're brought to you by Evans Plumbing. We can start on those. Evans Plumbing, from the smallest to large commercial needs, as well as 24-hour emergency service. They're located at 5070 18th Avenue Southwest in Cedar Rapids. And you can also check them out at evansmasterplumber.com. Big thanks to Jeff Evans and everybody over at Evans Plumbing. For the Linn-Mar Lions, up front, they will go at left tackle with Kennick Nims, 230 pounds and a senior. A change at left guard for the Lions coming up tonight, as they are going to go, they're going to move Satterley from left guard over to the right guard spot. He's a 205-pound senior. Talbot will still be the center. He's 190. Sam Watt's going to be on the defensive side. He will be a backup, get a little bit of playing time in that offensive line. And Maverick Stapley, the sophomore, 215-pounder at the right tackle spot. The tight end is Keaton Roscup, 6'3", 215 pounds, and a junior. The two wideouts are T.J. Jackson, who has had a real good go of it lately. As far as special teams are concerned, he had the opening kickoff return against Jeff last week. 6 foot, 160 pounds, and a senior. And Tayton Ferguson at the other wideout, 6'2", 170, and a junior. Austin Waller is the quarterback for the Lions, 5'10", 170. He is a sophomore. Right now, 47% completion percentage for Linn-Mar, 6 touchdowns, has thrown 4 interceptions so far this year. Carter Henderson is just about 100% healthy. The 6 foot, 200-pound senior in there. Aiden Mesh is going to be the fullback tonight, 5'10", 180 pounds, and he is a senior. So that is your starting lineup, brought to you by Evans Plumbing for the Linn-Mar Lions. For Southeast Polk on offense, it all starts at left tackle with the 5-star All-American Caden Proctor, headed to Iowa next year, 6'8", 345, and a senior. At left guard, Gavin Douglas, 6'2", 260, and a junior. The center is Parker Strawn at 270 and a junior. The right guard is Braden Harmon, 6'1", 250 and a junior. And right tackle is Carson Campese. He is a 6'4", 300-pound junior. Don't forget about him. He's a big guy as well. The quarterback is a junior. That's Connor Moberly. Moberly is a 6'4", 195-pounder, 67% completion percentage for 719 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Now, the two running backs, Abu Sama going to Iowa State, probably going to be a defensive player for Matt Campbell and the Cyclones. He's run it for 388 yards so far this year. Harrison Gibson has been filling in admirably, 5'10", 190, and a senior, the blocking back, and we'll get to the rest of the lineup coming up in a moment. But right now, let's join the Marching Lions and the Linn-Mar Marching Band for our national anthem.
Saluting our country by singing the Star-Spangled Banner.
Linn-Mar Marching Band with tonight's national anthem. Real nice crowd here tonight. Stadium seats about 8,000, and I'd say we got at least 6,500, maybe 7,000 here tonight, John.
Yeah, they're excited. The pageantry and fanfare on the field with the band, the poms, the cheerleaders. Man, this is the place to be in Northern Marion tonight. If you're not here, thanks for pulling up a chair and listening with us.
Yep, on CRMLiveSports.com here this evening. Picking up those starting lineups, Sam Goody for Southeast Polk. He's kind of the blocking back / tight end. He's a 6'3", 220-pounder. He can block. He can catch it out of the backfield as well for the Rams. And then they'll go with three main wideouts. Going to be Carson Robbins, a junior, a 6-footer, as well as the coach's son, the leading receiver, Joe Zelenovich, a 6', 180-pound senior, and Owen Wignall. He is a 6', 170-pound senior as well. So those are your starting lineups, brought to you by Evans Plumbing. Linn-Mar won the coin toss. They have deferred until the second half. So Southeast Polk is going to get the ball first. 65 degrees, calm night. There is no wind. The flag is just hanging limp over across the way and to the left. Southeast Polk in the all-white uniforms, black numbers, black helmets, and the black and gold striping. And the Linn-Mar Lions in their Georgia Bulldog look-alike uniforms with the red helmets, the red jerseys, white numbers trimmed in black, the gray pants with the red, white, and black stripes. The,
LeBron James in the house tonight.
Yes, he is. We're going to have to peer through all of the
baby powder.
All the baby powder. Linn-Mar will kick it off from right to left, and our game is underway. And this is going to be Robbins to the 10, 15, hold 20, 25, to the 30, breaks the tackle, 35, 40, look out. Opening kick, might take it back, chased down from behind at the 30-yard line, a touchdown-saving tackle by Isaac Guerrero.
They opened up a huge hole right in between the hash marks, and I mean, it was gaping. It was the easiest run straight ahead after catching a ball I've ever seen on a kickoff. Effortless to go right up the middle of the field.
1st and 10 for Southeast Polk, and they'll have it at the Lion 30-yard line. Going from left to right to the south end zone here at Linn-Mar Stadium. Moberly coming out at quarterback, and Abu Sama is going to start the ball game, John. He's missed the last few with an injury, but he is back in there. Goody will go in motion from right to left, stutter motion. And we've got a penalty flag. And it's going to be a delay of game on Southeast Polk right away.
Delay game penalty against Southeast Polk.
So that'll back the Rams up 5.
Brings up 1st and 15 from the Lions.
As we mentioned, that is a huge offensive line that Southeast Polk has. If you can find one bigger in the state of Iowa, let us know.
Yeah, and their quarterback, Connor Moberly, all he is 6'4". My goodness.
3-man front for the Lions. Sama will go on the left hip of Moberly on 1st and 15. From the 35, they'll hand it off. Sama, little stutter move, starts to the left. Pushed back, still on his feet, breaking tackles to the 30-yard line, and finally down at the 28-yard line. As coming up was Will Starnes to finally put him down from his safety spot.
Nice run by Abu Sama. Bounced it to the outside, broke 2 tackles, shows no ill effects of any kind of injury that he had.
Second down for the Rams. Second down, we'll call it 8 from the 28 of Linn-Mar, just underway. Lions with that 3-4 look. Off the read option, Sama coming left, now bursts ahead and gets to the 25-yard line. Setting up a 3rd down and 5 as in there making the stop for Linn-Mar was Gavin Hauk-Irwin.
2 running plays for Southeast Polk for Sama to show his goods. 2 running plays right over the back of Caden Proctor.
3rd down and 5. Wide side of the field to the right. Moberly with an empty backfield. Now Sama will come into the backfield once again. Twins right, 1 receiver to the left side. And they're going to throw the little quick slant. It's caught for a 1st down right at the 19-yard line. Sliding catch by Zelenovic.
Yeah, one of the coach's 2 sons who are on the varsity here tonight, and he got just enough to move the sticks down to Linn-Mar's 19-yard line.
Zelenovic with a 6-yard pickup and a 1st down. Right now, Southeast Polk in the Lion red zone at the 19-yard line. Twins left, 1 receiver in the slot to the right side. They'll give it to Abu Sama coming to the short side. And first time they didn't run behind Proctor, but goes for about 5 down to the Lion 14-yard line.
And yet, when he gets up off the pile, who's right there helping him up? His left tackle. Came all the way across from the other side to get him up off the ground.
2nd down and 5. Linn-Mar with Hauk-Irwin, Waller, the senior, and Sam Watts up front. Kenneth Lechtenberg, Jack White, Carson Lewenzi at the linebacker spots. On 2nd down and 5, off the fake, slant, caught at the 3, and down to about the 2-yard line. Carson Robinson's got a 1st and goal at the 1 for Southeast Polk.
Easy pitch and catch, just came straight across from the left hash mark. Very nearly had the ability to perhaps reach out and get that into the end zone, but the ball is going to be at the 1-yard line.
1st and goal, Southeast Polk. They're going to go a little unbalanced line this time to the left side. They'll run it out of the eye. It's going to be a quarterback sneak, and Moberly, to me, looks like he got in, and he did. Touchdown. Very impressive opening drive after the long kickoff return.
Absolutely. Short porch didn't help Linn-Mar in that respect, but on that quarterback sneak, when you're 6'4", you got the arm length that he does. All you got to do is kind of lean forward and reach the ball out over the top. That's an easy sneak.
Extra point try by Wilson coming up. Right-footed kicker, and it's on the way, and no problem. It is good. 7-0 Southeast Polk, 8:59 to play here in the opening quarter. We'll take a break. Come back to Linn-Mar Stadium right after this here on
Does your business
CRM
need
Live Sports.
Bim Ritter Sportswear in Cedar Rapids is your complete apparel and headwear provider. Bim Ritter is your one-stop store for screen print and embroidery for polos, t-shirts, hats, and more for any age from newborn to adults. Need screen printing or embroidery for your company or a special event? Bim Ritter is the answer, as they work with local teams, clubs, organizations, and businesses from startup to finish to provide the look that you need with exceptional turnaround time. Bim Ritter is also the local apparel supplier for the Cedar Rapids Colonels and Rough Riders. Bim Ritter Sportswear, 817 2nd Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Call them at 364-3479 and visit them online at bimritter.com.
Scott Unash, John Haggerty back with you here from Linn-Mar Stadium. And a quick salvo by the Southeast Polk Rams. They went 30 yards in 3 minutes, 1 second. 6 plays, for those runs. And Linn-Mar playing from behind right away.
Yeah, the special teams made it a little too easy there for one of the top teams in the state. Defense looked good, though. They had such a short porch to defend there, but I tell you what, special teams in tight games, along with penalties and turnovers, man, those are the difference. So you got to shore that up here, and it starts right now as the Linn-Mar kick return team is going to get their shot at it.
Wilson will kick it off from left to right. Nazinski back, the sophomore on the near side. TJ Jackson on the far side. He returned the opening kick last week for his score. And a deep one will go into the end zone, about 4 yards. The Lions will have it at the 20-yard line. As Linn-Mar so far this year, offensively, averaging 278 yards. They're about right in the middle of the pack as far as 5A football is concerned. Stingy Southeast Polk defense, John, giving up only 61 yards a game on the ground, 239 overall. Can Linn-Mar run the ball? That's the question.
Yeah, that front four, they're fearsome. There's no doubt about it. You're going to hear their names a lot tonight.
Twin receivers to the right. One receiver, that's Jackson to the left side. Waller will send a man in motion, and they'll give it to Mazinski on the jet sweep, and taken down almost immediately. Mason Vanderbrink, junior linebacker, 6'3", 210-pounder, got him after a gain of a yard.
The Rams from Southeast Polk, they're not only are they big, but they're extremely athletic and fast. This defense flies to the ball, gang tackles, it's swarm tackling.
Tom's in there as a fullback right now. And Carter Henderson is the starting running back. Here comes a blitz on second down. Waller, a little swing pass. Carter Henderson out of the backfield. 15 to the 20 to the 25, and pushed out of bounds as he gets to the 26-yard line. Going to be a pickup of about 5 to Henderson coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, safe little flat pass there and gave Henderson a chance to get a little one-on-one, but he was run down extremely in a hurry there and run into the boundary on the Southeast Polk sideline on the bench.
3rd and 4 coming up for the Lions. Jackson and Ferguson both coming out to the left side now. 7:48 to play opening quarter, 7-0 Southeast Polk. Roskup the tight end to the right side, off the fake. Booting to the left. Waller looking to throw deep. Has a man out there. Ferguson stops, makes the catch at the 40, 35, and out of bounds at the Southeast Polk 31-yard line. Taken out by Zeb Hinsey.
Yeah, Waller bootlegged out, had all kinds of time to look downfield, and was he excited when he saw that he had a receiver that was behind the secondary, had everybody beat. The ball was slightly underthrown, so Ferguson had to wait for it to come down, and it just seemed like it took forever to come down there, finally for the reception.
He's the big play guy, averaging 24 yards a catch. That one goes for 43 and a Linn-Mar first down.
Yeah, and that's what the Lions need offensively tonight.
Put the tight end Roskup out top to the right. They'll go with 4 receivers and 1 setback. Out of the shotgun, Waller, another swing pass to Henderson at the numbers. Catches it at the 30-yard line and ahead down to the Ram 29-yard line. Draven Woods, a real good defensive end, brings him down. And it'll be a second down and a long 7 coming up here for Linn-Mar. Lions' first possession of the night. 5 minutes into the ball game, 7-0 Southeast Polk. Henderson, the lone setback, slot left, and 2 receivers. They'll send Mazinski in motion, and he'll get it on the jet sweep and toss down immediately. At about the 26-yard line. Again, Vanderbrink on the stop on that jet sweep.
Southeast Polk ready for the jet sweeps. They've got containment out there, setting the edge right away so that the jet sweep man for Linn-Mar has to cut it upfield a lot sooner than he would have liked to have. And that's just solid, sound, fundamental defense.
Mr. Proctor is in playing a little defensive nose guard right now.
Hard to miss him, isn't it?
3rd down, 6 for Linn-Mar from the Ram, 20, just outside the 26-yard line. Under center, off the fake. Waller rolling to the left side, stops, reverses field, and is just going to throw it away. Nobody out there. Southeast Polk coaches want grounding.
No.
Got it by the line of scrimmage, though.
He had a wide receiver that was trending towards that direction, shall we say. That would have been a shaky flag.
4th down and 6 here, and Lions going to keep the offense out there.
Pretty heady play by Waller to have those guys breathing down your neck like that and be able to turn and throw it back to a would-be receiver, not eat it.
Including 74. 10 on the play clock. 2 receivers to the left side. They'll go unbalanced that way. And here's a little double reverse to Mazinski. He's going to pass it, trying to get it to Waller. Over the shoulder catch made by the quarterback. A dandy at the 4-yard line. Little double reverse pass, John.
Yep, and ball was really just lollipopped up there. That was easy to run under. Over the shoulder catch, though, made it very difficult to bring that in, but good concentration. Lions are in business inside the 5-yard line and we've got a ram down here now on the defensive side.
Yes, we do. Way over on the far side. As, not sure who that is. That is Trayton Nave, a junior, 5'9", 165-pounder that's down for Southeast Polk at this time. Our first half of action here on CRM Live Sports is brought to you by Spinal Corrective Center. Doctors Kuehl, Kretzinger, and Henick, delivering state-of-the-art chiropractic care for athletes and the entire family. 393-3996 is their phone number, and you can also visit their website at spinalcc.org. They're located on River Ridge Drive, northeast in the River Ridge Drive area.
Scott, is it just me, or whenever you hear that Linn-Mar fight song, do you get a little bit of Armstrong Field nostalgia in a way?
Drove by Armstrong tonight, and there's less and less of it every time.
It's in a way, it's kind of sad for veterans like us that remember. We used to call it magical Armstrong Field because
did.
some of the most tremendous games we ever saw were there.
Henderson on the handoff, got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. Sam Goody got him, and also getting up off the bottom of the pile, Cooper Martinson for Southeast Polk. Going to be tough to go between the tackles tonight.
Yeah, especially inside the 5-yard line.
5:40 clock running first quarter, 7-0 Southeast Polk. But Linn-Mar with a first, or making a second and goal at the Ram 5-yard line. Play clock at 9. Henderson on the left hip of Waller. They'll put twins to the right. They'll send one in motion. That's Jackson. They'll run a little toss to Henderson, trying to get to the corner. Got a block. Got the end zone touchdown. Got a real good block from his fullback Toms and took it in.
Toss sweep to the wide side of the field on the Linn-Mar sideline. And Carter Henderson, just a great job of legging it right in the corner.
Pretty good answer right there by the Lions. 2 big plays on that touchdown drive.
80 yards. Big play. And we've got a little swinging gate going here.
And Lions will elect to kick it. Mitchell Fromm to kick it. Left-footed kicker. Again, no wind here tonight at Linn-Mar Stadium for the tie out of the TJ Jackson hold. Good snap. Plays down. Kick is up, and it is good. Linn-Mar 7, Southeast Polk 7. We'll come back with the kickoff right after this here on CRM Live Sports and CRMLiveSports.com.
American Family Insurance agent Kurt Gustafson is committed to inspiring and protecting dreams right here in Cedar Rapids and the surrounding area. He starts by getting to know you and your needs and build a free auto, home, or life insurance quote. By bundling policies, we can often offer a variety of discounts. Whether you're purchasing a car, buying property, managing an investment property, starting a small business, or leaving behind a legacy, we've got your back as you pursue your dreams, and we'll help protect them. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. See Kurt Gustafson Agency of American Family Insurance on Johnson Avenue Southwest, right across from the Johnson Avenue Hy-Vee for more details.
Lions back in this one. It's a 7-7 ball game. As Fromm will get ready to kick it off from right to left. Twins back at the 5.
Let's hope the Linn-Mar kickoff team learned a little something from that last return right up the middle of the field and the gaping hole the Southeast Polk opened up.
Here's the approach, left-footed kick, and end over end will come down to the 1-yard line. To the 5-10, Robinson. There's another big hole to the 20. Coming to the near side and ankle tackled at the 25-yard line by Hayden Toms.
Not just a fullback. Good job of getting the shoestring tackle downfield. Then you're right, there was another big hole. Not quite as large as the opening kickoff of the game, but Toms took care of business.
Southeast Polk will have it at the 25-yard line. 3-minute, 42-second drive by Linn-Mar. 8 plays. 1st and 10 for the Rams in the 7-7 ball game. Moberly will put Goody off the tight end now with a blocker to the right side. He'll get the shotgun snap, fakes, throws out in the flat, and the catch made at the 30-yard line, 35, and spinning ahead for a first down is Zelenovic. And Zelenovic, I got to get that right, John. Zelenovic.
1st and 10 at the Ram.
Gonna go for 12. Maybe we'll just call him Joe. 1st and 10 for the Rams at the 37-yard line. Offset eye to the right this time. They'll keep it on the ground, and this is the backup running back, if we can say that. That's Gibson, and he goes for first down yardage, or very close to it, as he'll get 10. Going to depend on the spot, and I think they're going to say he's about a foot shy.
Proctor pushed his Linn-Mar foe 10 yards downfield on that and was the last one to get off the ground where the play was blown dead.
Harrison Gibson, number 4 and 5A.
Officials timeout for a measurement.
As far as rushing is concerned, they are going to measure it.
Won't have to go far. The ball is maybe less than 5 yards from the sideline.
I think he might have it, actually.
It's got to be close if it's that close that they can't just see it from that point.
Yeah, they'll stretch him, and they do give him the first down. First down number 4 for Southeast Polk.
This offensive line for Southeast Polk comes off so low and hard. It's at a great angle too, Scott. Notice their pad level, how low it is. Their shoulder pads and helmets are always out in front of their feet.
At Lion defensive backfield, they got Wrecker, Starnes, Blackford, and Jesse back there. Offset eye to the right side on first down. And the fake. Here's the throw. Slant is bobbled and dropped. And a good thing, because that would have been a touchdown. Whew.
Again, in and out of the hands of Zelenovic. One of 2 sons. That would be the coach's senior son, Joe. Not to be confused with his sophomore son, Sam.
Sophomore game. We had a sophomore game tonight.
Yes, we did. Not used to that.
Not a freshman game, but a sophomore game, and Southeast Polk won it 17-14. Very good ball game tonight. 4:05 to play first quarter. We're tied at 7. Second down and 10. Off the read option. Here is the handoff with a flag down in the Linn-Mar territory. Goes Gibson. But it's going to be a hold on the Rams.
That was an easy call. Number 50 probably shouldn't target the guilty, but he just grabbed a hold of his Lion defender across the way and pulled him down and laid on him.
And that's going to be one that's going to be back behind the line of scrimmage. So that's going to be about a 13-yard penalty right there. Second penalty of the night for the Rams. And that'll back up Southeast Polk to about their 34-yard line.
Penalty brings up second down.
Linn-Mar defense not even close to the size of the Ram offense, but man, are the Lions quick.
Second down and a bundle. Second and 23. Wide side of the field to the right. Ball left hash mark at the 34. Shotgun snap. Moberly back to throw. Going to throw the far sideline. Over the shoulder catch made for a first down. Zelenovic has got it at the Linn-Mar 34-yard line.
Joe Zelenovic.
And Zelenovic with the first down.
Now he just changed up how he said the last name.
I have no idea.
We're going to say it the way it comes out, folks, okay? No disrespect intended.
No, well, we're trying to get it right here. It's a gain of 32 on a beautiful pass. This Moberly guy, big shoes to fill. Sama back into the ball game. He goes off tackle, push back as he gets about 3 down to the Linn-Mar 31-yard line. Of course, they had Daly last year, who I believe is at Arkansas State playing
Yeah, he
quarterback.
committed real early, didn't he?
Yep,
Like junior year, I think.
Jackson Daly. I tell you what, Connor Moberly has got the intangibles, and he can wing it.
Boy, and he's got the vantage point, too, from that 6'4". He can see everything.
2nd down and 7 from the left hash mark. Off the fake. Moberly is going to keep it. Going to the left side, 30, and out of bounds, close to a 1st down. Going to say he's going to be about a yard short. He'll take it to the 25-yard line.
Oh, that was a good fake on the quarterback read option there, and he stood frozen for almost a second before he took off running.
Carries to the Linn-Mar 25, 3rd down 1.
3rd and 1 coming up for Southeast Polk. 7-7 ball game. Rams at the Linn-Mar 25-yard line. Extra wide receiver. Cooper Buell into the ball game on 3rd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. 1st down and more for Sama. Breaking tackles. Finally hit hard and pushed back as he gets to the 20-yard line. As coming in there and making the stop for Linn-Mar is Colton Waller.
That will make some highlight reels tonight. That was a slobber knocker.
1st and 10, Southeast Polk at the Linn-Mar
But
20.
a 1st down. Off the gain to the 20-yard line, right in the red zone. Offset eye to the left side. Sama is a tailback, and he'll get it running to the right side this time. Stretched out, gets to the 15, being pushed forward, and finally brought down as he gets to about the 12-yard line. Reed Recker, the safety coming in, 5'10", 160, and a senior making the stop. No, check that. That was Gibson, who carried it that time for 8.
And Gibson, he carried a pile of red jerseys, another 5 yards after the initial contact.
Down 2.
Goody in there as a blocking back, and Gibson will stay in there on 2nd down and 2 as we go under 2 minutes to play. Long count, handoff Gibson. Running behind Proctor, and he's got a 1st down and more inside the 10. Lions say the ball came out, but the officials are going to say it was blown dead. And it's going to be a pickup of 5 and a Southeast Polk 1st down.
Whenever they run behind Proctor, it's just like a door opens up. He is so massive. Moves his feet well, keeps his pad level low for as tall as he is. My goodness.
It's fun to watch. 1st and goal for the Rams of Southeast Polk. Ball middle of the field. Sama back in there as a tailback. He's on the right hip, and he will get it up the middle. Stutter move, cuts it back, 5, and reaches out. Got it. Touchdown, Southeast Polk. On a 6-yard run by Abu Sama.
Sama carries 6 yards.
His
for the
8th
Southeast
touchdown
Polk
run of the season.
All you need to know about Sama as a back and the offensive line in front of him is that in the opening game of the season against Dowling, he had 4 rushing touchdowns against Dowling.
Here's the extra point try. It's on its way, and it is good by Wilson. 14-7, Southeast Polk on top with 1:14 to play here in the opening quarter. Back with a kickoff after this here on CRM Live Sports, crmlivesports.com.
Your search for healthy, fast casual in the downtown is over. Whether it's a quick bite you're looking for or a freshly made smoothie, Nutrisport and Smoothie has expanded healthy eating in downtown Cedar Rapids. Business professionals as well as gym goers are singing the praises of their freshly made wraps and breakfast bowls, while the smoothie lover can choose from a variety of nutritious fruit and protein options, including your choice of adding the newest frontline supplements. For a fast, healthy, and convenient downtown option, look no further than Nutrisport and Smoothie.
Well, I feel better on Zelenovic when I hear Andy, the PA announcer, saying it both ways too. So,
But I think it's Zelenovic.
that's what we're going to go with, okay?
All right. 14-7, the Rams out in front. And so far, we thought we'd see a little bit more defense, but it's been the offenses that have shined.
And there's been a little more passing than I thought there would, too, which, credit that to the defenses. Both a lot of respect for the defenses that they're facing tonight, so they've got to find a way to diversify a little bit.
Wilson with a strong leg kicks it and will be returnable. Oh, and diving and losing it, picking it up. Now getting to the 10 to the 15-yard line is Muszynski. Big break for Linn-Mar, John, because Muszynski tried to dive and catch that ball. He actually muffed it, so he got up and then picked it up and ran it back to the 17.
Yeah, I think Southeast Polk has a little bit of a case that they could make that that ball should have been placed on the 5-yard line. But, the lead official was right there and had the best vantage in the house, so got to go with that.
He's a lot closer than we are.
Yes, he is.
14-7 lead for Southeast Polk. And Linn-Mar will scrimmage from the 17-yard line. Here on a beautiful Friday night from Linn-Mar Stadium. 3 receivers, 2 to the left, 1 setback, and that's Carter Henderson. They'll send Muszynski in motion, fake it to him, hand off to Henderson off the right side, and had a hole for a moment, closed quickly as he got to the 20-yard line. As he was brought down, Caden Kane, a junior, 6'1", 193-pound linebacker. 2 platoons basically for Southeast Polk. Henderson's 3rd carry of the night. He's got 8 yards and 1 touchdown. Could be the final play of the first quarter. 2nd down at 7. Split backs this time. Shotgun snap back to Waller. Has all day. Surveys, throws a middle of the field in double coverage and incomplete. Trying to get it to TJ Jackson. And, that was close to being intercepted.
Yeah, one of the Linn-Mar receivers broke off a route, too, because the play was extended for a while, and it ended up that both of them were in the same vicinity there, along with 3 white jerseys. So Linn-Mar very fortunate, in fact, that didn't get picked.
But it is a 3rd and long coming up for the Lions. 25.5 to play here in the first quarter. 14-7 Southeast Polk. Rams with 4-man front. Now they'll bring a 5th man up there. They'll bring the blitz. Waller setting up the screen. Deep drop. Now rolling to the right side. Just going to have to throw it away. And got hit pretty hard. Goody over there. And forced that incompletion.
Good job by Waller, though, of extending that play as long as he could until he got to the sideline and had to dump it out. Now we're going to get our first punt from either team of the night.
Yes, we are. With 18 seconds to play, as coming in to punt will be Emerson Gasper, averaging 32 yards a boot for the Lions. And the Rams will send twins back. Robbins on the near side at about the 48-yard line. Low snap, one hopper, and getting it away was Gasper, and it's going to be caught at the 45-yard line by Robbins. Gets to the 50, far side 45 to the 40, break and tackles, and all the way back to the Linn-Mar 34-yard line. Going to go on an 18-yard return for Southeast Polk.
Punter very nearly tucked that under because the ball was snapped low and dribbled on the ground a little bit. Thought he was going to run for just a second there, but then saw an opening to get it off.
So one more play here, barring a penalty, in our first quarter.
3rd possession tonight for the Rams of Southeast Polk, and the 2nd time that they will set up shop inside Linn-Mar territory.
1st and 10. Twin receivers out to the right side. From the left hash mark, handoff, Sama up the middle, 30 to the 25, leaps a man, gets down to the 20 and to the 19-yard line. And that's going to end things here as soon as they set the chains. That's going to be a pickup of 15 more for Abu Sama. And that will take us to the end of our first quarter of play. Our score after 1. Number 3 rated Southeast Polk 14, the Linn-Mar Lions 7. Back to Linn-Mar Stadium right after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Centrally located in downtown Cedar Rapids, Hard Drive Elite is not your traditional fitness center. While other gyms offer one-size-fits-all solutions, HD Elite specializes in crafting individual workouts based on your specific needs. You'll receive one-on-one attention from an experienced trainer who both designs and provides game-changing service to the area's top youth level and college athletes. No matter what your age, when seeking help with your personal fitness goals, contact the professionals at Hard Drive Elite today. Carpenters Local 308 in Cedar Rapids is a member of the North Central States Regional Council of Carpenters, representing nearly 27,000 members and their families in the upper Midwest. The union is dedicated to protecting and elevating the economic and social conditions of all workers and to provide our industry with the best trained, most productive, and safest workforce available. Carpenters Local 308 is always looking for new workers to join their ranks. Apprenticeship classes and training are available for you to become a skilled worker for your career. More information on Carpenters Local 308 is available at carpenterslocal308.org.
Second quarter about to get underway with a 1st and 10 for Southeast Polk. They got 2 blocking backs in there now. They'll both line up on the right wing. Moberly back to throw. He'll gun the far side. Catch made by Robbins. Breaks a tackle to the 10-5. Dives for the pylon. And it's going to be short. He's out of bounds at the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Rams.
Connor Moberly pass complete to Carson Robbins.
Robbins with his 2nd catch for 31 yards. 5 of 6 now for Moberly.
Good job by Robbins of breaking a couple of tackles and then giving him a chance to get down and dive, lunging for the touchdown to get that ball across and break the plane, but he just didn't quite get there, got out of bounds.
Sama back in the backfield on 1st and goal from just outside the 2-yard line, and he will get it. Sidesteps one man, gets close. Did he make it? Yes, touchdown. 3rd effort for Abu Sama. He'll take it in from 3 yards out, and Southeast Polk now with a lead of 20-7.
3 possessions for the Rams and 3 touchdowns, all by short yardage runs. 2 of them by Abu Sama and the other by Moberly, the quarterback.
And that drive only took 23 seconds. And the extra point is drilled by Wilson, and it's 21-7. First quarter stats, 145 yards for Southeast Polk, 85 for the Linn-Mar Lions. And for Linn-Mar, you're playing catch-up now against one of the elite.
They're making it hard on themselves with their kickoff team because they've just twice now allowed Linn-Mar to run down courtesy of special teams and start 2 of their 3 possessions around the 30-yard line of Linn-Mar, and that, giving them a short porch like that, you can't do that to a good team like Southeast Polk and not have them come away with points.
One thing also I've noticed, and you just touched upon it, broken tackles and missed tackles. The physicality right now for Southeast Polk is really showing.
It really is, and you know, they're a strong team. You can tell there's a huge emphasis on weights from their coaching staff, because these guys, if you look at them, Scott, look at their thighs. All of them have big thighs. Sama has put on some nice muscle this year that he didn't have a year ago.
Josh Wilson to kick it off for Southeast Polk from right to left, and now the ball will come off the tee. 5'9", 165-pound senior. TJ Jackson back along with Dylan Muzinski for the Lions. Offense hasn't been the problem for Linn-Mar. We thought the defense would be a little bit more stout tonight, but that's been the bugaboo here throughout the first quarter and 14 seconds. Here's the approach and the kick. Wilson angling to the far side, and Muzinski will have it at the 10, coming to the right, 15 to the 20, cuts the middle, 25, 30. He's got a hold. Stiff arm, 40 to the 50, near sideline to the Southeast Polk 30, cuts it back at the 25.
Oh, he fumbled.
Ball comes loose, bounding toward the goal line, and who's got it at about the 2? Linn-Mar pointing their way, but what are the officials saying? Linn-Mar's got it.
Where do you begin to describe that play? How many things can you have as a highlight in one play?
Muzinski actually fell on it.
Muzinski had one of the best stiff arms I have seen outside of the NFL to break away and come down the Linn-Mar sideline. And then as soon as he was taken down, on his way down, that ball popped out and was all over the field bouncing, caroming here and there. Anybody's ball.
First and goal, Lions at the Southeast Polk 2-yard line. Now the offense is still gathered around Tim Lovell and company. They're going to have to hurry it up. It's down to 9 on the play clock. Waller will go under center. Play clock at 4, at 3, down to 1. They didn't get it off.
Oh. You return the kickoff to the 2-yard line and then you can't get a playoff, delay a game?
Yep, delay a game.
Oh, that's going to kill Tim Lovell. Coaches just, oh.
And I'll back it up 5 to the 7-yard line. See if the Lions go with that same formation. They went under center that time. 21-7, Southeast Polk on top, 11:30 to play here in the opening half. Ferguson to the left side, Jackson to the right. I formation, straight I, Roskup tight end right. They'll send Jackson in motion. Long count off the fake, rolling to the left. Waller going to throw on the run to the left corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete. As he tried to get it to TJ Jackson over there on the left side of the end zone.
Boy, Waller does a nice job of holding on to those passes and extending the play as long as he can. He paid the price after throwing that one, though. Number 9, Draven Woods, the junior from Southeast Polk, came in and just waylaid him.
Second down goal at the 7. You need 6 here if you're the Lions. That's for sure. Split backs this time. Waller will go in the gun. Muzinski in as an extra receiver. He'll go now in the slot left. Henderson will stay in the backfield. Jackson in motion. They'll flood 3 to the left. And they'll run a little shovel pass, and Roskop's got it for the touchdown. Oh, little Patrick Mahomes for you.
Boy, he waited until the last second again, but that was executed perfectly by Linn-Mar's offense. And the defense for Southeast Polk was left standing with their jaws wide open.
That is the 5th touchdown reception in 8 catches for Keaton Roscoe. They're going to go with the swinging gate here. 21-13. And they will go for 2 off the fake. Jackson will not get there. Yeah, rolled the dice a little.
Sure did. It was just a quarterback keep. Snapped straight back, and he ran straight ahead, but Southeast Polk was ready for it.
11:18 to play in a very exciting first half. Southeast Polk 21 and the Linn-Mar Lions 13. And we'll come back with a kickoff right after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Attention athletes and weekend warriors. Want to be the best that you can be? CMF Kinesiology can help. Chris Fashier, a competitive distance runner and swimmer with a Master of Science in Kinesiology, will lead you in your wellness and fitness journey. CMF Kinesiology is a functional movement, sports conditioning, and orthopedic rehabilitation studio in Cedar Rapids, working with the general public and athletes to improve movement quality, physical prowess, and overall wellness. So whether you are looking to better yourself or seek physical rehabilitation, look to CMF Kinesiology, 3800 River Ridge Drive, Northeast Cedar Rapids, and at cmfkinesiology.com.
Well, we've had a little of everything here tonight in this one. 21-13. 5A number 3 Southeast Polk leading the Linn-Mar Lions. Fromm getting ready to kick it off.
Kickoff team brilliance has not been on display for either side yet tonight, but the kickoff return teams have.
Yes, they have. Fromm will kick it off from left to right. Twins back at about the 10-yard line. This will be a low line drive kick. We'll take a bounce to the 10, picked up on a hop at the 5. Robbins to the 10, 15 to the 20-yard line, and brought down at the 25. Better coverage that time by Linn-Mar. Isaac Guerrero again in there, the junior, helping to make the stop.
Fourth possession offensively now for the Southeast Polk Rams. They've scored touchdowns in each of their first 3. It's time for the Lion defense to step up here and get a stop. Got to force a punt somewhere in here.
Southeast Polk will have it at the 26-yard line on the near side hash. And we've only seen one punt so far in this ball game. Out of the shotgun, Moberly off the fake is back to throw. Going to throw deep down the middle and has a man broken up. Tried to get it to Wignall, who had it for a moment, John, but it was dislodged by a really good hit by one of the Lion defenders.
Trey Lust came in and tomahawk chopped that just as it was being brought in, saving a potential long touchdown pass.
On the Emils Hideaway scoreboard, how about this? Second quarter on the south end of Marion. Marion and Waverly Shellrock tied at 7. That would open some eyes. Inside handoff to Sama, looking for some running room and pushed ahead to the 31-yard line. He's going to end up getting 6 out of it. That big offensive line, not only blocking well, but then they just they decide to lay lay hands on you there at the end.
Just a big push, big wave of white jerseys between the tackles, and they come off low and hard, and they keep their feet moving. It's just a thing of beauty.
Goody will go to the left side this time, be the blocking back. Sama the lone setback. 3 receivers to the right. Moberly rolls right, throws, and it's caught for a first down. Zelenovich has got it at the Polk 44-yard line. Going to be a gain of 13, and 3 out of 3 so far in third down conversions for Southeast Polk.
We're going to see those Marion Wolves here coming up.
Next week.
That's right.
I don't even want to tell you what the temperature is forecasted to be next Friday because we are outside.
We've been there before, though. Not our first rodeo.
May want to look into a portable heater. On first down, here's the handoff. Gibson running hard up the middle and blasting his way close to a first down. Harrison Gibson. Not maybe as quick, but he's rugged.
He is. He's a solid runner. He loves contact, and the thing about him is once you get contact with him, you're not going to bring him down alone. You're going to have a couple other bodies. But that's the second time tonight we've seen him drag red jerseys for yardage after the first initial contact. And they're going to bring the chains out and take a look here. Polk well inside, however, Linn-Mar territory yet again.
Yeah, they're down in the line 46. It's either going to be second down at about 3 inches or a first down. And they'll stretch the chains, and it's going to be just a bit short. Next Friday night. No Thursday nighter next week. Next Friday night, the Marion Wolves on the south end of Marion will host the Decorah Vikings.
Can't be as cold as that playoff game we had with Marion and CCA in the playoffs that a couple of years ago. That was a cold one.
That was a cold one. Marion has the turf down on their new stadium. Did you see the pictures?
I did, and that's going to be a great thing for the whole Marion community because not just the football team is going to benefit from that.
Yep. Track and soccer as well. Second down, about 2 inches here for Moberly and company. He'll get the direct snap, hands it off, and a first down easily. Crossing across the 45, getting down to the 44 is Harrison Gibson.
So Lions were ready, though. They had a bevy of red jerseys there.
John, being a former defensive coordinator, this is probably eating at you. What do you got to do? You know they're bigger than you. They're stronger than you. You may be faster, but right now that's not working.
Yeah, with the line splits as close as they are, too. You can't out-quick them and try and shoot the gaps either.
Goody tight end left, off the fake. Moberly back to throw. Going to throw it deep right side. Had a man, but overshot him. Zelenovich incomplete.
Got a strong arm.
And it'll be second down and 10. 9:41 to play, opening half. And Southeast Polk on top of Linn-Mar, 21-13. We'll go over scores at halftime for you. Our Bim Ritter Sportswear halftime show. Brought to you by Bim Ritter Sportswear on 2nd Avenue Southeast in downtown Cedar Rapids. Into the ball game for Southeast Polk. Back comes Gibson. He'll take it up the middle and runs into Carter Lewenzi, sophomore linebacker, 175-pounder, who makes the stop. Ooh. On the Eagles hideaway scoreboard, that's second quarter or first quarter?
Still not second quarter.
At the Unidome, Cedar Falls on top of unbeaten Kennedy, 14-0.
Still 3 minutes to play in the first.
Third down, Southeast Polk is 3 out of 3. This is a 3rd and long, 3rd and 7. Moberly, deep drop. You're going to set up the screen, caught by Summit. The number's 40, 35-30, 25-20, he's gone. Bust through, touchdown on the screen from 42 yards out.
Man.
What a call.
Caught the Lion defense flat-footed, and when he cut back against the grain after his initial cut through the line of scrimmage, there was nobody on the rundown that could get him.
Moberly with his 4th touchdown pass of the year.
And Sama just so quick. And he just glides.
Came on at the end of last year, and we got a penalty flag on the extra point try. He was not the starting running back, if you recall, last year going into the playoffs.
Boy, did he come on, though, when that state championship run needed him.
Certainly did.
In fact, we saw him have quite a night out at John Wall Field there. Oh, maybe week 7 or 8 was it last year? And that wild game that I'll never forget.
That was a good one. The blocked kick by Xavier Wampa to save that one. Extra point try is up and good. And it is 28-13. Southeast Polk on top. 8:56 to play here in our opening half. Back with you for the kickoff after this on CRM Live Sports.
Epiphany Dermatology is a full-service dermatology practice that treats all conditions of the skin, hair, and nails. Dr. John Woolner has been practicing and treating patients for over 30 years. Epiphany Dermatology has built a reputation based on reliable customer service and quality skin and hair loss treatments. Epiphany Dermatology also places a special emphasis on skin cancer prevention, screenings, and treatment. Call them to book an appointment at 363-9936 and visit their website at epiphanydermatology.com. Epiphany Dermatology, 5264 Council Street Northeast, Suite 700 in Cedar Rapids. At Hunt Graphic Innovations, it's the personal touch that counts. If you're serious about creating an eye-catching website or need assistance in graphic design for print, newsletters, posters, signs, or banners, Hunt Graphic Innovations has the experience to help get the job done. With personal attention and competitive pricing, discover the difference Hunt Graphic Innovations can make for you.
Here's the approach. Wilson with the kick, and this one's going to be a squibber or a little pooch kick, and it's going to be fallen on very effectively. That pooch kick at the 17-yard line. Well, there's an adjustment right there by the special teams folks at Southeast Polk. The heck with all these returns here, John. So it'll be first down from 17.
That ball had some strange eyes on it, too. It kind of had some goofy lateral bounces.
Yes, it did.
Very nearly could have been picked up by the Southeast Polk kickoff team.
So Linn-Mar offense continues to do good things. Just cannot stop Southeast Polk right now. 28-13, under 9 to play here in the opening half. One setback, that's Carter Henderson. He'll get it on the read option. Not much. Up the middle, ran into a whole bunch of white shirts. Cooper Martinson, a sophomore, leading the way. This Southeast Polk team they had a lot of very good seniors last year. There's no doubt. Led by Xavier Wampa. But they also had a lot of sophomores playing last year, if you recall, John.
The thing that just always, when I look down at the field for the next play, it's their size. They're just mammoth.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Henderson on the right hip of Waller. Long count. Off the fake. Waller being chased, and down he goes. Sacked. Back inside the 5, back at the 2-yard line.
That's
and
that
a penalty flag, though. Penalty flag in
late.
the defensive backfield.
Yeah, about as far away from the play as you can throw a flag.
Is there a little holding in the defensive secondary?
I'm sure it is.
Boy, that would be a break for the Lions.
It really would, because Austin Waller held on to that bootleg just a little too long, and on the rundown, He looked downfield to see if there was a receiver he could dump it to, but there were no red jerseys in sight. And for the first time tonight, he had to eat the ball. But this is going to be stick in your thumb and pull out a plum for the Lion offense.
Yeah, it's going to be a first down for Linn-Mar. That will be a 10-yard penalty against Southeast Polk.
That's going to be about a 20-yard difference in the outcome of the play had that flag not been thrown.
Lions will have it at the 28-yard line. First and 10. Wide side of the field to the left. They'll send Jackson in motion left to right. On first down, off the fake. Rolling right, Waller looking to throw. Has no one to throw it to, and he'll dump it to the sideline, incomplete. As Martinson was chasing him again, and also Obald Nyakura was also chasing him. Second and 10. Waller in the ball game so far tonight, 4 out of 9. Caden Proctor back in there playing a little defense for this defensive stand for Southeast Polk. Second and 10. Play clock at 7. 3 receivers, 2 to the left for Linn-Mar. Southeast Polk showing blitz. Here they come. Off the fake. Deep drop. They're going to set up the middle screen and tipped and almost picked off. Trying to get it to Roscup. Trey Lust, a junior, 6'4", 195.
Right through his hands. That was a sure pick.
And it'll be a 3rd and 10 coming up for the Lions.
Yeah, Waller would have liked to have had that one back.
Linn-Mar 1 out of 3 on third down tries so far tonight. Lust playing a safety role right now for Southeast Polk. They've changed a lot of personnel since early in the year defensively. Empty backfield. They're going to throw the pass, and it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. They tried a little swing pass and never got out there because Draven Woods got a big pawn. So the Lions will have to punt it away after that defensive holding gave them a first down. And the line of scrimmage is going to be the 28-yard line. As Twins will drop back at the 40-yard line for Southeast Polk. Zeb Hinsey, one of them. As Gasper will punt it away. Another low snap, got out of there and got a low kick away. We'll take a Lion bounce across the 40 and inside the 30, inside to the 25, and a flag comes in late. Whoa, it's going to be running into the kicker on Southeast Polk. It's only the 5-yard variety, though, it looks like. Officials are already saying it's only the 5-yard kind to the Lion bench.
Yeah, Tim Lovell's out there pointing to the ball where it was spotted and says, we'll take that.
Going to be a 47-yard punt if it stands.
Yeah, that ball had a nice head over heels bounce to it after it hit the ground, and the 2 receivers back there for the Rams didn't want a chance picking it up. The way that ball's been bouncing in other kicks tonight, it's been kind of goofy.
Lions will decline. So it'll be 1st and 10 Southeast Polk, and the Rams have scored on every drive so far.
Have. 5th possession, and so far they've been successful on every one of the first 4, taking it to the end zone. And I said it at the beginning of the last drive, it's time for the Rams defense to step up here. This is going to get out of hand.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Southeast Polk. Big Caden Proctor coming out there to his left tackle spot. Zelenovich to the left side. And one setback on first down. Moberly off the fake. Going to throw the deep slant. Zelenovich with the catch, 45-50, and thrown down from behind as he gets down to the Linn-Mar 49-yard line. And that's going to be a gain of 27 for Zelenovich. First down, number 13. Right now, everything is just too easy for Southeast Polk.
Well-oiled machine, executing.
First down for the Lion, 48-yard line. Moberly in the handoff, and for one of the few times tonight, Linn-Mar's defense corralled a Ram runner. as Gibson was hit right at the line of scrimmage, may have fallen forward for about a yard.
Gavin Hawk-Irwin,
Hawk Irwin on the stop for the Linn-Mar defense.
2nd down 9.
2nd and 9 from the Lion 47. 6:42 clock rolling, first half. 28-13, Southeast Polk on top. Moberly rolls right, looking to throw. Guns the right sideline, tight rope and catch made, and a beauty by Robbins at the Lion 36-yard line.
Connor Moberly's pass complete.
As that'll be a gain of 11 and another first down. Wow,
1st and 10 at the Linn-Mar 36.
this is impressive. And we knew it was going to be.
Yes, they are, as advertised. We're getting to see an awful darn good team tonight.
Go unbalanced line to the right this time. On first down, Gibson on the handoff, off tackle right, inside the 30, plows ahead close to another first down. Going to be about a yard shy as he'll take it down to the 27-yard line. As
Harrison Gibson, the ball carrier.
like DJ Jackson made the stop.
Gain of 9, 2nd down 1.
You know, if you're the Rams offensive coordinator, how nice is it to know that just about every time you call a running play, you're going to get 8 or 9 yards on an average. I mean, that's a sweet roll to have.
2nd and a yard. Same play. Gibson behind Proctor. Huge hole. 25's got a first down to about the 22 of Linn-Mar. There was such a big hole, there was no one there.
Gibson, the ball carrier, tackled by Owen Lamb.
The good news for the Lion faithful, however, is that their defenders are quick and they can fill up void in a hurry. But you're right. There shouldn't be that. You should have the field covered in theory.
1st and 10, 22-yard line. Ball right in the middle of the field. Moberly off the fake, going to throw for the end zone. Touchdown. Robbins on the catch. Just a beautifully thrown ball, 22 yards, and it's 34-13.
And he wasn't all that wide open. He had a step on double coverage, but the ball was perfectly thrown and hit him in stride right into the end zone. I mean, that's just a beautiful play, but we've got a flag.
Against Southeast Polk.
Oh, wait a minute.
We've got a flag. This is coming back.
No touchdown. I did not see the flag
Yeah,
down
that
there.
was late.
Well, that's a hold.
1st down 15.
Well, check that.
Take those points off the board.
Did not even see the call. 4th penalty for 30 yards against Southeast Polk. So, try it again from the 27-yard line. Inside handoff, Sama to the 20-yard line and down to about the Lion 19-yard line. As a tackle made by Jackson Severson. That will go for 8. Two-headed monster with Gibson and Sama back there.
It doesn't really matter which one Moberly hands off to. They get blockers from the line on either side of them, 5 and sometimes 8 and 10 yards downfield, running in tandems with them. That's a nice thing as a back to have a lineman that far downfield with you when you're running the ball.
You'll tell into the ball game, split wide to the left side. Moberly to throw on 2nd down and 7, drops it off. Goody has it at the 20-yard line, and the big fullback blocker takes it down to the Lion 15.
To Sam Good.
And Good will take it down to the 15.
Not going to be enough for the first down, but it will bring up a 3rd and long 2 or short 3.
Linn-Mar 15.
His first catch of the night. It'll be a short yardage situation here. It's about 3rd down and 2. They'll go with an offset eye to the left this time. Gibson is the running back, and he'll get it. He lowers the shoulder and's got the first down. Down to the Linn-Mar 11-yard line on a gain of 5.
Kind of a counter ISO. I like that play. They come back to the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. Fullback leading with his way up through there, but it's not straight ahead on a linebacker. They cross block it. That's kind of a cool play.
28-13, 4:24 to play first half. Rams of Southeast Polk out in front. Harrison Gibson will stay in there as the tailback. And he'll get it off the right side, breaks a tackle, gets down close to the 5. They'll say his knee touched at about the 6-yard line. Southeast Polk can get a first down at the 1-yard line if they need it.
Harrison Gibson, the ball carrier.
Gibson goes down to the 6.
Second down, 6.
Is where they'll mark it.
I don't think Polk's had a negative yardage play tonight, have they?
Nope.
That's crazy. You're almost to halftime and you haven't had anything but positive yardage.
Pretty darn good efficiency. 2 receivers to the left side. Good in there as the blocking back. Off the fake. Moberly going to roll left. Throws in the flat. Good with a catch at the 5-yard line. And brought down on a double team tackle. Severson, one of the Lions. They bring him down at about the 2.
Complete to Sam Good.
So he's going to be just shy of that first down spot.
And Jackson Severson on the tackle.
5 of 5 for Southeast Polk on 3rd down.
Man, that is the definition of efficiency.
3rd down and 1 coming up for the Rams. Now you got Proctor in there as a blocking back now, John.
Yeah, they've given the ball to him.
He'll be the blocker, and here comes Gibson up the middle. Didn't get the touchdown, but I believe he's got the 1st and goal.
He's going to get the first. He didn't run behind the big 74, though. He had him out there as a fridge type of a formation, and he didn't run behind him. Who does that?
Now, I think we're going to get a Lion. Well, are we going to get a measurement? A 3rd measurement? We are.
We're going to get a measurement for a first down at the 1-yard line.
I really thought he had it. They'll bring the chains in from the far sideline. And it will be a 1st and goal. 6 of 6 now for Southeast Polk on 3rd down tries.
I dare say, Scott, and I'm not being critical, okay?
The ball to Linn-Mar.
This crew tonight has had more official measurements for first downs than we have seen in total all year.
Yes, they have. They eyeball it now, man.
They do. And I don't, you know what, I'm not against that either.
So it'll be 1st and goal. So you give it to Proctor. He's in the backfield. He's the blocking back.
It would not be the first time that they have handed it off to the big 7-4.
And he's going to get it. Proctor right up the middle. And now the ball came loose. Linn-Mar's coming out of there with it. What are the officials going to say?
They're deliberating.
I think Linn-Mar got it. And they did.
How about that? The hometown Linn-Mar North Marion contingent here tonight at the game likes that.
So Proctor gets a shot to get into the end zone and fumbles the football. And that right there keeps Linn-Mar basically in the football game.
And bear in mind that there was a touchdown pass that was called back on that. So for the Lion defense to step up, that's what we were looking for right there.
4 minutes, 17-second drive. And comes up empty. And now we're going to have a false start on Linn-Mar.
Half the distance, it's going to go back.
About 2 yards.
To the 2-yard line.
2:25 to play here in the half. We'll have the Ben Runner Sportswear halftime show coming up at the break.
1st down, 12.
Stat look. Take a look at some scores from 5A and around the state as well. So that'll back the Lions up to their own 2. 28-13 lead, and now we are going to have a timeout. Timeout going to be taken by the Linn-Mar Lions. We'll take it with them. 2:25 to play here in the opening half. Southeast Polk 28, Linn-Mar 13. Back after this on CRM Live Sports.
Need help for your small or mid-sized business with printing needs and personalized marketing solutions? Allegra Print, Mail, and Signs can help. Everything from direct mail marketing to printing services and even vehicle graphics, Allegra Print, Mail, and Signs can help your business grow. Allegra takes on your project as if it was their own and can use their many platforms to help elevate your individual or business's game. Proudly serving the Cedar Rapids Metro and Iowa City areas, as well as all of Linn and Johnson counties. Allegra Print, Mail, and Signs, 3939 16th Avenue Southwest in Cedar Rapids. No matter where you are in life, Hills Bank is here to help you succeed. Whether you're buying your first house, saving for your child's future, or preparing for retirement, you can count on the people at Hills Bank for the support you need to reach your goals. It's easy to connect with a banker over the phone or on hillsbank.com because we believe banking is better through human connection. Hills Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC member.
From the 2 on first down, Lions just go with the quarterback sneak, and Waller crosses the 5 and gets out to about the 7-yard line for a pickup of 5. Just getting a little bit of room to operate back there.
Yeah, breathing room is good right down there with your back to the end zone like they are.
So it's going to make it a second down, long 7 as we go under 2 to play here in the first half. Linn-Mar still in the shadow of their own goal line here. Split backs, shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, and Waller going to throw. Looking from his own end zone, now steps up and throws on the run. Upfield, coming back, and incomplete. Bobbling try, as that was Tatum Ferguson.
Waller very close to throwing that past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it was within about a yard. Third down coming up.
Good scrambling by Waller, the sophomore, though. He has got some pretty good nerves in there for the young quarterback at the 5A level. We've seen him several times tonight extend plays with his feet.
Polk is 6 of 6 on third down. Linn-Mar is 1 of 4. Out of the I formation. Waller on the handoff. They'll keep it on the ground to Henderson, and he's got a first down. Southeast Polk was playing for the pass, and Linn-Mar came at him with the run, and Lions get the first down.
Quick hitter, beautifully off tackle there, executed. Keeps the chains moving.
Linn-Mar in no hurry, though. With 2 timeouts in the back pocket. Southeast Polk has all 3. Jackson to the right. Ferguson out to the left. 12 on the play clock, on the big clock, a minute 14. Shotgun snap, handoff to Henderson, sweeping the right side, breaks 1 tackle, and taken out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. Whole bevy of white shirts coming up. Emmanuel Gay, another sophomore, coming up to make the stop. And gonna give him about a half a yard. Henderson's been pretty much bottled up here in this first half. Tell you what, if Lions keep this on the ground, I would not be surprised to see Southeast Polk use one of their timeouts. 4-man front for the Rams. Second down. They'll send Muzinski in motion right to left. Shotgun snap. Waller's going to throw it. Rolls left. Now comes back to the middle. Throws deep down the middle. Going for Jackson. Makes an adjustment, incomplete. 1-on-1 back there with Ethan Berkey, who broke it up.
Boy, the Linn-Mar fans crying for a pass interference flag on that.
I thought it was pretty good defense. That would have been a tough flag. So it's third down coming up. Third down from the 16-yard line. Third down with 59 seconds to play and 9. And they'll keep it on the ground. Henderson runs into the pile, bounces to the outside, and taken down for a loss. And there's the Southeast Polk timeout. Going to be a loss of a couple. And the Rams will use their first timeout of the first half. With 52 seconds to play before halftime, Southeast Polk 28, Linn-Mar 13. Back after this on CRM Live Sports.
Cedar Rapids Millwork, providing outstanding service to Eastern Iowa for over 50 years. Quality products, including windows, doors, moldings, hardware, stair parts, specialties, and cabinets. Locally owned and operated, Cedar Rapids Millwork has in-house production, providing innovative quality services for contractors and their customers of the corridor. Cedar Rapids Millwork, 1950 Progress Drive in Hiawatha, and online at cedarrapidsmillwork.com.
Week 6 of the high school football season. On a beautiful Friday night for football. As we come your way from Linn-Mar Stadium. Cougars on the board, 16-3 Cedar Falls now out in front. Still a lot of time remaining in the second quarter up at the Dome. It's going to be Emerson Gasper to punt out of his own end zone.
Snaps have been low, remember, to this point.
Southeast Polk will send two receivers back at about the 42-yard line. That one was a better snap. No rush. Setting up the return. Got it away. Good kick. We'll push Robbins back to the 50. Up the middle to the 45. Got a block. 40 to the near sideline. 30 to the 20. 15 and twisted out of bounds by the punter.
That's why you used the timeout when you had it.
Absolutely.
And again, special teams for Linn-Mar being their Achilles heel in this first half.
35-yard return.
The kickoff team a couple of times and not taking care of business for Linn-Mar, and now the punt team. And that was the best snap and punt of the night.
Yes, it was.
The coverage just wasn't there.
And it'll be first down at the 11-yard line of Linn-Mar. Third time Southeast Polk has started a drive in Linn-Mar territory. One setback, Moberly to throw. Going to gun the right side, catch at the 5-yard line. And down at about the marker at the 2 is Owen Wignall.
Yeah, the clock's running. They're going to need to get up and snap that ball.
That's a gain of 9. Still 17 seconds. They're going to keep it on the ground, and the handoff and the touchdown.
Is that Sama?
Yep. Now a penalty flag on the play, though. Hold everything. Penalty flag on the near side with 14.6.
Another touchdown for Polk called back because of a flag.
Nope, going to be on Linn-Mar. I think the Lions had 12 in the field. And it will be a touchdown for Abu Sama.
Substitution penalty.
That is the hat trick for Abu. Last name Sama.
Not quite up to a Bundy yet, but
no, he's got the hat trick, though.
Working on it. So it's now 34-13. Wilson's extra point is on the way, and that is good. 35-13 in favor of Southeast Polk. And boy, special teams, big part of the game.
Just haven't given the field position to the Lions as they would have liked to. Several short porches now. 1, 2, 3, 4, count them, different times that Southeast Polk has been the recipient of some tremendous starting field position for a drive.
Moberly is 12 of 14 in the first half. And Waller has had 5 straight incompletions in 9 of his last 10.
Yeah, and the thing about Moberly being 12 for 14 is that he's been chucking the ball down the field some, too. It's not like he's just dinking and dunking either.
And it will be Southeast Polk to kick it away again with this 35-13 lead.
See if the Ram kicker comes out and tries another pooch like he did last time.
I think both of the special teams coordinators are going to be doing a lot of work at halftime.
I think they're going to spend more time at the dry erase board with special teams than they are the offense or the defense.
As Wilson will kick it off from right to left. 14.6 to play. Here in the first half, another pooch kick, angling to the far side. Will take a bounce, picked up in a hop at the 10. Jackson, or make that Muzinski, up the hash mark, and the sophomore takes it back to about the 39-yard line. Another good return. Not quite 93, but...
But to your point, the kickoff and punt return teams here have been giving a lot of ground in this first half.
7 seconds remaining. And can't imagine Linn-Mar is going to get real fancy here. Especially with it being 35-13.
Now we say that, and triple receivers to the wide side of the field comes out. Maybe they'll try and chuck one Hail Mary down there.
Carter Henderson, the setback. And they are going to throw. Back to throw. Waller going to throw it deep into double coverage, and it's picked off. Gay's got it at the 25, 35, 40. Run it back. He's got a convoy. 40 coming to the near sideline to the 30 and out of bounds.
And that's why you said, Scott, I can't imagine they're going to get anything too fancy here.
Flag on the play, though, so we'll hold everything.
There is a flag on the play.
Might be on the return, though. We'll see. Flag's thrown at the 40-yard line, and it will be a block in the back on Southeast Polk. And that's going to take us, I believe, to the locker room. And that will be the case. Zeros on the board, and both teams headed off to the locker room. 35 to 13 in favor of Southeast Polk. Now, wait a minute. Now, the officials have not left.
Well, don't they have to check with Tim Lovell to see if he wants to decline that? Otherwise, they would get an untimed down.
There it is, declined, and it will be halftime.
Yeah.
All right, we are officially at the break. Southeast Polk 35, Linn-Mar 13. We'll take a break, come back, talk halftime with you after this from Linn-Mar Stadium on CRM Live Sports.
Looking for the best in commercial and residential flooring? At Schumacher Carpets and More, it's the little things that count. Family owned since 1987, the professionals at Schumacher have what you're looking for. Whether it is carpet, luxury vinyl plank, ceramic, laminate, or wood, their personal service and quality products set Schumacher apart in the flooring industry. Famous for a relaxed and pressure-free shopping experience, let the experts at Schumacher Carpets and More break down your options with just a simple conversation. Call, visit, or request an online quote from their website today.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight the Marching Lions are excited to perform their 2022 halftime show, City of
End your search for your favorite restaurant in Cedar Rapids. Come to Emil's Hideaway. Emil's is the home for the best tasting American food around. Choose from your favorites: chicken, pasta dishes, pizzas, burgers, and fries. Whether you're bringing the whole family for a meal or wetting your whistle at our fully stocked bar, there's something to satisfy all ages and tastes at our classic American local restaurant. Need catering for your next party or event? Emil's has that too. Call them for details. Emil's Hideaway, open Monday through Saturday at 4 p.m., is right next to Home Depot and across from Lyndale Mall on 1st Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Bim Ritter Sportswear in Cedar Rapids is your complete apparel and headwear provider. Bim Ritter is your one-stop store for screen print and embroidery for polos, t-shirts, hats, and more for any age from newborn to adults. Need screen printing or embroidery for your company or a special event? Bim Ritter is the answer, as they work with local teams, clubs, organizations, and businesses from startup to finish to provide the look that you need with exceptional turnaround time. Bim Ritter is also the local apparel supplier for the Cedar Rapids Colonels and Rough Riders. Bim Ritter Sportswear, 817 2nd Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. Call them at 364-3479 and visit them online at bimritter.com.
Back with you from Linn-Mar Stadium on the Bim Ritter Sportswear Halftime Show, brought to you by Bim Ritter. Need screen printing or embroidery for your company or special events? Check them out, bimritter.com. You can call them at 364-3479 or just stop on by, see Gary and the gang at 817 2nd Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. 35-13 Southeast Polk, other than a fumble by Caden Proctor going in for a touchdown. That was pretty darn good first half of offensive football.
Which is odd because you know he's got the biggest hands of any guy on the field tonight.
No doubt. But that's the only thing really that Southeast Polk had go wrong in that first half.
Yes, it is. And you can't do much better than scoring on every possession, with that one exception where they were down at the 1 or 2 yard line and then tried to get fancy and cute and gave it to Proctor and he fumbled it. But it's been all Southeast Polk to this point. They are as advertised, as good, every bit as good as we expected that they would be. And right now, Linn-Mar just trying to, they've got a couple of touchdowns. They're pitching and slinging as best they can, but they're outsized. And their offense has not been able to get as much going as they would like to, but the problem has been the special teams for the Lions, and they've got to get that shorn up because they cannot in this second half continue to give Southeast Polk's offense the short porch on that, or this is going to get away quickly.
Take a look at the scoring in the first half. Southeast Polk came out. They got a big kickoff return. That was also a theme in the first half from Robbins, 60-yarder. Set up shop at the 30-yard line, and quarterback Connor Moberly took it in from a yard out. That made it 7-0. Linn-Mar came back, though, on their initial drive. Carter Henderson, 5-yard sweep into the end zone. Extra point made it a tie ball game at 7-7. But then it was 3 straight scoring drives by Southeast Polk. Abu Sama, the first of his 3 rushing touchdowns from 6 yards out, made it 14-7. 21-7 after a Sama 3-yard run. Linn-Mar got within 21-13 on a Waller to Roscup little pitch pass, and they went for 2 on the extra point, did not get it, and it was 21-13. Then 2 more Southeast Polk touchdowns. Moberly to Sama, a 42-yard screen pass midway through the second quarter. And then just ahead of halftime, after a big punt return by Robbins, Sama, his 3rd touchdown, that one from 3 yards out, and made it 35-13, our score here at halftime. Total yardage in the first half, Southeast Polk coming into the game 3rd in 5A, 470 yards. They already have 330 in the first half. 191 through the air. Connor Moberly, 12 of 14 for 1 touchdown, 190 yards in the first half. Zelenovich has caught 5 for 90 yards. Sama, the 1 touchdown for 42. Robbins has caught 3 for 42. Wignall has caught 1, and Good has caught 1, or 2, make that for 8. 1-2 punch. Sama and Gibson have been very good on the ground. Sama with 11 carries, 64 yards. He's got 3 touchdowns. Gibson, so far tonight, has carried it 11 times for 62 yards. Moberly, 2 carries for 15, and he's got a touchdown as well tonight. First downs, Southeast Polk, 17 first downs in the first half. 4 penalties. They've had 1 touchdown called back on a penalty for 30 yards, and they have turned it over once. For Linn-Mar, 106 total yards in the first half of play. Only 25 on the ground, 81 through the air. Austin Waller in the first half was 4 of 14 for 58 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Buzinski was 1 for 1 on that pass to Waller on the double reverse for 23 yards. Henderson has caught 2, Waller has caught 1, Roscup has caught 1 for a touchdown and 7, and Ferguson has caught 1 for 43. Carter Henderson on the ground, only 7 carries, 16 yards. He does have 1 touchdown tonight. Linn-Mar with 4 first downs, 2 penalties for 7 yards, and they have turned it over once as well. But you take a look at the 3rd down conversion. Southeast Polk, 6 of 6. Linn-Mar, 2 of 6 so far in the first half of play. Lions are 1 out of 1, though, on 4th down. And let me get this added up here for the first half time of possession. And that has been all Southeast Polk. 14 minutes, 29 seconds to 9:31 for Linn-Mar.
Yeah, we talked about that in the pregame as one of our keys to the game, is that if Linn-Mar was going to have a shot here to stay within striking distance, they had to keep the ball out of the hands of the Southeast Polk offense, and they just have not done that. But more to the point of your statistics, Scott, is that when you talk about the key of this first half for Southeast Polk, it's been that efficiency. They just haven't made any mistakes outside of the 1 fumble, handing it off to the big man. Other than that, 12 of 14, that's going to give you some great quarterback efficiency. Yeah, have there been a few flags? Yeah, but it hasn't really cost Southeast Polk at all. They've just been an efficient, everybody doing their job, taking care of business team.
Do your job. That was that's been a theme before. That was last week.
It is, but I was listening to an interview from the Des Moines metro area today in preparation for the game, and they had Coach Zelenovich on there, and he said that one of our themes this year has been do your job. Now, they may have very well gotten that from Dwayne Schulte, but they buy into that. For him to talk about that with the press, not surprising, and pretty cool to be sure.
No doubt about it. Linn-Mar Marching Band performing their halftime routine here at the break. Let's take a look at some scores here on the Emil's Hideaway out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by Emil's Hideaway, 1st Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids. The big matchup in 1A is not a matchup right now. West Branch, 46-7 over Durant.
2 undefeateds going at it.
You got Mediapolis leading Wilton 28-14 right now. And, wow. Second quarter, just ahead of halftime, Cedar Falls 23-3 over unbeaten Cedar Rapids Kennedy.
Did not expect that whatsoever.
North Scott leading Burlington 25-0. That is in the third quarter. Unbeaten New Hampton in trouble. Osage leading New Hampton 14-8 right now. Top 10 rated Carroll Kemper, no problem with East Sac County 63-0. As that is a final already. How about this? Centennial leading Urbandale. Fourth quarter, 28-16. Urbandale 4-1 coming into that game. Halftime, and not good news at Kingston. They're honoring the 72 state championship team tonight of Cedar Rapids Jefferson, but at halftime it is Ottumwa 34 and then Jeff 6 at halftime.
Not a happy homecoming to Kingston tonight for the Jayhawks.
Muscatine looking for their second win, leading Dubuque Hempstead 35-19. That is a halftime score. Also at halftime, Cedar Rapids, Washington shutting out Clear Creek Amana 13-0.
They don't want to repeat of last year of that game.
They do not. That was an overtime game at Kingston last year, and Washington still has a good shot to be a playoff team.
Well, that should set them nicely in the second position for their district. But last year, remember, they had to get in on the wild card, and that gave them a pretty tough first-round matchup. So they're trying to get a little better postseason matchup this year.
Right now, one of the two feel-good stories in 5A, Des Moines North, 4-1.
Polar Bears.
For the Polar Bears, but they trail Roosevelt at half, 20-16. Marshalltown leading Des Moines Lincoln 35-0. That is a halftime score. Fourth quarter, Iowa City Regina leading Louisa Muscatine. That is 50-0 in that one. You've got Ankeny and Urbandale, as we mentioned, 21-16. That is in the fourth quarter. How about this? At the Rock Bowl, Waukon leading Wahlert 14-0.
Wallert's having a stellar season right now, but that could be a little setback.
The annual battle, Dyke New Hartford leading Applington Parkersburg 21-14 in the third quarter. I believe that's up at Ed Thomas Field.
Sacred Acre.
Mount Vernon leading Davenport Assumption 28-7.
Yeah, Assumption having a little trouble right now. They're below water, I think, at 2-3.
Also going on right now, Pleasant Valley about to send Bettendorf to what, 1-5?
They won a game? They have won one game, haven't
yes.
they?
30-7 PV is leading Bettendorf.
Yeah, and those two teams do not like each other at all.
No, there's no love lost right there with those two. And see if we can get you another score here before we send it off to a break here. Prairie and Waterloo West going at it over at John Wall Memorial Field tonight. And it is Prairie shutting out Waterloo West 21-0. That is at halftime right now. So Prairie looking to go to 5-1. And I believe the Hawks get Southeast Polk.
At Polk.
At Polk next week. Southeast Polk makes 3 trips to Eastern Iowa this year.
That's right.
They'll go to Kingston.
And then we will be out at John Wall Field in Week 9 for these Linn-Mar Lions visiting Prairie.
Yeah, that's going to be that potentially is going to be a big, big game.
Well, it's certainly going to be for Linn-Mar if they can't come back in this game that we're doing tonight, because that would put a lot of pressure on them to just sneak into the playoffs via the RPI system with perhaps an upset in some people's minds of Prairie in Week 9.
Halftime score, number 3 in 5A, Southeast Polk with a 35-13 lead over the Linn-Mar Lions. We'll come back, get you ready for the third quarter from Linn-Mar Stadium right after this, as you're listening to high school football here on CRM Live Sports.
First Federal Credit Union has been helping homeowners for almost a century. Options are crucial when it comes to a first-time home purchase, mortgage refinancing, or a bill consolidation loan. Being able to select the absolute best loan for your situation can literally save you thousands of dollars over the life of the loan. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or an experienced homeowner, First Federal Credit Union will work to find the solution that is right for you. Learn more at firstfedcu.com. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Your search for healthy, fast casual in the downtown is over. Whether it's a quick bite you're looking for or a freshly made smoothie, NutriSport and Smoothie has expanded healthy eating in downtown Cedar Rapids. Business professionals as well as gym goers are singing the praises of their freshly made wraps and breakfast bowls, while the smoothie lover can choose from a variety of nutritious fruit and protein options, including your choice of adding the newest Frontline supplements. For a fast, healthy, and convenient downtown option, look no further than NutriSport and Smoothie. Does your business need signs, nameplates, or name badges? Looking to recognize an employee, athlete, or student for a job well done, or promote your next big event? Letter Perfect in Cedar Rapids has what you need to identify, recognize, and promote. ADA-compliant office signs, industrial signs, full-color signs, dimensional letters, personalized plaques, and awards of all kinds, and thousands of items to customize with your company logo to promote your business. Letter Perfect, 5412 Centerpoint Road Northeast, and online at letperfect.com. Epiphany Dermatology is a full-service dermatology practice that treats all conditions of the skin, hair, and nails. Dr. John Woolner has been practicing and treating patients for over 30 years. Epiphany Dermatology has built a reputation based on reliable customer service and quality skin and hair loss treatments. Epiphany Dermatology also places a special emphasis on skin cancer prevention, screenings, and treatment. Call them to book an appointment at 363-9936 and visit their website at epiphanydermatology.com. Epiphany Dermatology, 5264 Council Street Northeast, Suite 700 in Cedar Rapids.
And our second half of action is brought to you by Epiphany Dermatology and Dr. John Woolner. He has over 30 years of experience. You can find him at 5264 Council Street Northeast, and you can also give them a call at 363-9936. You got to see Doc Woolner this week.
I did, and he was in great spirits, and of course the lobby just packed with people. He's one of the more popular guys that you'll ever want to be around, but, you know, he talked football the whole time he was examining me. And he did a perfect exam like he always does. Got to keep my moles in check. But I tell you what, the guy he's encyclopedic when it comes to metro activities, especially sports. The guy is just incredible how he keeps up with them. But really appreciate Dr. John Woolner and all his support through the years for so many of the youth of Cedar Rapids as well. And as I've always said, he's just such a great advocate for our metro area, and he's extremely supportive volunteer-wise and with his philanthropy in terms of supporting the metro area. So, yeah, shout out to John Woolner, who I had to apologize to him, Scott.
Yeah.
That I said he was from South Dakota State, and he said, John, that's Moo you.
In South Dakota. Yeah, he's a coyote.
Yes, he is.
Hey, some of the other scores in the Emils Hideaway scoreboard. Interesting game. Mentioned Des Moines North. The other feel-good story in 5A, Davenport West in the third quarter, leading at Dubuque Senior 14-7.
The Falcons. 6-0, that would be tremendous for the Falcons.
Waterloo Columbus leading Coach Atwater, the Linn-Mar alum, and Dyersville Beckman at halftime, 20-13. How about that? And
Congratulations to the Atwaters welcoming a new addition to the family.
oh, really?
That's why he was gone last week.
How about that? Well, that's great. Yeah, what a good kid. What a good kid.
Great family.
Mark Atwater is. Central City's going to get the tractor trophy back. 46-0 at halftime. They lead Springville. Waco leading Lone Tree, an 8-player, 21-7. Some other scores: Wapsie Valley leading South Winneshiek 42-13. Anamosa at half over Tipton 14-7. And let's see, mentioned Mount Vernon 28-7 over Davenport Assumption. The Battle of Benton County, Benton Community leading Vinton Shellsburg 7-0. That is in the second quarter of action. Just some scores to throw your way here on the Emils Hideaway out-of-town scoreboard.
35-13 here at Lions Field in northern Marion. Beautiful, beautiful night for football. Everybody happy, enjoying this weather.
Southeast Polk a little happier right now.
Oh, they are.
Dylan Mazinski and TJ Jackson back, twin safeties at the 5 to get the kick from Josh Wilson. Who has it teed up at the 40-yard line. He'll kick it off from left to right, and our second half from Linn-Mar Stadium is underway. A high pooch kick, and will take a bounce and will be bobbled, picked up at the 9-yard line. Jackson to the 15, to the 20, far sideline 30, to the 40, the kicker throws him out of bounds. Wilson with a nice little tackle there at the 46-yard line.
How many times do we see that, Scott? I mean, you think he was going to get tackled down there well inside the 15-yard line, and about 5 white jerseys with Rams logos ran right by him, and then he just took off right in front of the Southeast Pokes in the bench line.
That bobble. The bobble. I tell you what, I'd put the bobble in because everybody runs by you.
If you could script that, it would, because it works.
Yes, it does. Lions with the offense out there going from right to left with Austin Waller, the sophomore, out there. Split backs on first down. A little read option, hand off Nuzinski, or make that Henderson off the left side. And he will get close to the 50-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 49-yard line. Mason Vanderbrink, very speedy linebacker, coming up to make the stop after a gain of 4.
Gain of 4, second down 6.
As Linn-Mar in their red jerseys with the white numerals, the silver pants. Southeast Polk in the all-white here tonight. Second down for the Lions. Call it 6, just shy of midfield. Tatum Ferguson out to the left, Jackson to the right. They'll put 2 that way. On second down, off the fake, Waller being chased, rolls, throws high, and almost picked off. Tried to get it to Roscup. And Gabe Stiles, senior linebacker, almost got into the flat there to make the pick.
Once again, defensive end Nyan Kuru coming in there on the rundown from the blind side. Good thing that Waller got rid of that.
Third down, just underway, third quarter, 35-13 in favor of the Southeast Polk Rams. 11 on the play clock. Lions will break the huddle. They'll go tight end right with Roscup. Waller will go under center. He'll send Jackson in motion left to right. Off the long count, off the fake. He'll boot to the right, throw back screen to the left. Henderson, one man to beat, and does at the 45. He's got a first down. To the 42-yard line. Nice little throwback screen right there.
That's the old fullback screen, which worked so well in the 70s and 80s, and nice to see it still alive and well in the Linn-Mar playbook.
Gain of 8, first down, Linn-Mar. They'll keep the drive alive. Lions had only 1 3-and-out. Southeast Polk did not have any in that very efficient offensive half that they had. Tight end right, split backs, and here is the handoff to Henderson. Got the corner, got a good block. Oh, too good of a block. Penalty flag comes out. And they're going to get either the fullback or the tight end on a hold.
Penalty flag on the play.
And this is going to back Linn-Mar up 10. more than likely, unless you saw something I didn't, John, there's the holding call on Linn-Mar.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be marched back 10 from that line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 1st and 20.
Back to the 48-yard line. Lions 3-2, Southeast Polk 4-1. Rams' only loss was to Ankeny. Did not have Abu Sama that night. 1st and 20. And the delay to the second back through Henderson. Kicks it to the far side and brought down on a nifty special teams play by Trayton Nave.
Henderson, the ball carrier.
What a good tackle. Going to get a yard out of it. Looked like he had a chance to get a lot more, though.
Second down, 19.
He's second down and 19 on the big Linn-Mar logo on the 50-yard line.
Beautiful lion right there in the middle of this new turf.
Wide side of the field to the left. They'll send Muzinski in motion. Here is the double reverse. Jackson coming to the near side, trying to get to the corner. And another beautiful play by Nave, coming up in a shoestring tackle.
It's the only thing Nave could do to try and shut that down, and he just reached down and took the feet right out from underneath Tristan Jackson.
Third down, 14.
3rd and 14 coming up for Linn-Mar. Down 35-13 from the Polk 45-yard line. They need to take it down to the Ram 32 for the first down. Tom's out of the backfield. He'll be a wide out to the right side. Down to 4 in the play clock. Going to have to hurry. Slot left, down to 2. They'll send a man in motion, and they didn't get it off.
Man, that's second or third time tonight they've had a delay of game penalty like that.
Going to be a delay against Linn-Mar. That'll back him up to midfield. 3rd and 18 now upcoming for the Lions.
And it's not a personnel matter. It's not as though they don't have the people that they need out there. There's just something that's not getting taken care of.
I'll go with the one setback look. Twin receivers to the left. Now Jackson in motion to the right. Across the formation. Off the fake. Waller to throw. Steps up. Being chased. Down he goes. Blind side sack. And that was Nyankuru. And that's going to be a loss of about 6.
Big number 1, and he is fast. Nyankuru came in again for about the 3rd time just on this possession offensively alone from that blind side as Austin Waller was going to his right and had no idea what was coming from behind.
Punt time for Linn-Mar. Gasper will kick it away. The dangerous Robbins back there along with Zeb Hinsey. Good snap, gets it away. A low end-over-end kick, taken at the 27 by Robbins to the 30-yard line. 35, and corralled right there. Scrum will stop at the 37-yard line.
Carson Robbins returning the punt.
As that punt for the Lions will go 31 yards. 7:46 to play in the 3rd. And Southeast Polk will have it for the first time here in the second half.
Polk scored on every possession but one in the first half. That one being a fumble on 1 yard line.
By Caden Proctor.
Yeah, by Proctor.
The only negative play in that first half. Sama will start the second half. Big hole left side behind Proctor. 50, 45, 40. Still on his feet to the Linn-Mar 35. And finally, from behind, brought down at the 33-yard line.
Carries for a Ram first down at the Linn-Mar 33.
Going to be a gain of 30 that time as he's coming close to a 100-yard night.
Polk doing a little tempo here.
Offset eye to the right. 2 receivers up top to the left. Sama is the deep back in the offset eye. Out of the pistol. Moberly calling signals. Gets it. Sama behind Proctor to the 30-yard line. And a little stutter move. Gets down to about the Lion 28. White on the stop for the Lions. Also, Marcus Kolrick 5'9", 170-pound senior helped out.
Tackle made by Jack White.
That's over 100 yards now. Well, 99. 99 for Sama. Second down, 5. Off the pump fake. Moberly going to throw for the end zone and overshot his man, incomplete. As tried to get it over there to, I think that was Zelenovich.
Some really effective play action there on the fakes, but great downfield coverage there by Linn-Mar. They had 3 guys covering that deep receiver.
That breaks a 6 completion streak there for Moberly, who's been red hot so far tonight. Third down. Southeast Polk 6 of 6 on third downs. They'll hand it to Sama. Sidesteps 1 and make it 7 out of 7. Boy, that second effort takes it for about 8 down to the Linn-Mar 20-yard line.
You know, he's just so much stronger runner this year than when we saw him last year, Scott. You look at him, he's a tremendous physical specimen who has put obviously quality time into the weight room. And keep in mind his athleticism. Guy's a state medalist in the 5A long jump at the state track meet last year.
In the red zone, 1st and 10, Southeast Polk at the line 20 from the far hash. Linn-Mar showing blitz on the handoff. They'll give it to Gibson this time. Tried the middle, kicked it outside, and got a couple before he is taken down. Carson Lindsay, sophomore linebacker, 175-pounder. Found out his dad is a St. Ansgar Saint. How about that? Tim Lovell said they make it tough up there.
Gus Schrader's old stomping grounds.
Yeah. No doubt about it. Gain of 2. It'll be a second down and 8. Sustained drive right now by the Rams. Off the fake. Moberly throwing the deep slant. Caught, end zone, touchdown.
Zelenovich?
Yep. Another beautifully thrown ball. Second touchdown pass. Zelenovich is now over 100 yards in receptions. And the beat goes on.
18-yard strike. Hit him in stride right in the middle of the end zone between the uprights.
Extra point try coming up. It's on the way, and it is good. 5:26 to play. Here in the third quarter, it's Southeast Polk 42 and Linn-Mar 13. Back with kickoff right after this. You're listening to high school football here on CRM Live Sports.
American Family Insurance agent Kurt Gustafson is committed to inspiring and protecting dreams right here in Cedar Rapids and the surrounding area. He starts by getting to know you and your needs and build a free auto, home, or life insurance quote. By bundling policies, we can often offer a variety of discounts. Whether you're purchasing a car, buying property, managing an investment property, starting a small business, or leaving behind a legacy, we've got your back as you pursue your dreams, and we'll help protect them. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. See Kurt Gustafson Agency of American Family Insurance on Johnson Avenue Southwest, right across from the Johnson Avenue Hy-Vee for more details.
Linn-Mar getting set to receive the kickoff as it's now a Southeast Polk 42-13 lead. And that was a very, very dominating drive right there by the Rams. They did a little tempo that time. Never know when you're going to need it, right? Down the line.
Well, they do such a good job of mixing in the pass and the run, too. It has to be a defensive coordinator's nightmare to try and prepare for this.
So it'll be Wilson to kick. He's tried the pooch kicks lately. We'll see if he does that again here with 5:26 to play in the third quarter. The approach, and he's going to squibber down there. Big high hop, and will be falling on at the 28-yard line. Kay Jesse will fall on it right there. And that's where the Lions will put it into play. I think all the starters still out there for Southeast Polk. During the post game, we'll pick our play of the game, brought to you by Carpenter's Local 308. We'll also pick our player of the game, our First Federal Credit Union player of the game. That'll be coming up after the ball game tonight. Third from the 28, 1st and 10. One setback, Waller off the fake. Rolling to the right side, hit as he throws, throwing deep, and it is broken up, and no flag. Ferguson was the intended receiver, and Berkey was back there. Might have just turned at the last second there, John, to avoid the flag.
Devender had his back to the line of scrimmage, had no idea where the ball was or if it was even in the air at all. And I think he was grabbing a little bit of an elbow in there, too. So that's why the Lion faithful on this sideline giving a little hooting and hollering on no flag there.
2nd down and 10. 3 receivers, 2 to the right. Jackson now goes in motion left to right. Waller to throw again. There's that throwback screen. Roskup with the catch this time at the 25 to the 30. Up the numbers to the 40-yard line. And he's got a 1st down. Taking it out to the 42, maybe the 43-yard line.
It's just a good call based on the hard charging, full flow towards the intent of the original play by the defense for Southeast Polk to come back against the grain, catch everybody flat-footed for the Rams. That's a nice 1st down for the Lions.
How do you stop a pass rush like Nyakura? You throw it his way on a throwback.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 42-yard line for the Lions. A little unbalanced to the left, but they run it right. Big hole up the middle. Henderson to the 50, to the 45-40. Best run of the night. Carter Henderson down to the Southeast Polk 38-yard line.
Huge hole right between the center and the right guard there that anybody could have run through. That was gorgeous blocking.
Gain of 20 for Carter Henderson. 4:25, clock rolling, 3rd quarter, 42-13, Southeast Polk out in front. Lions on 1st and 10 will run it out of the eye. Henderson tail the tandem. Behind Toms, and he'll get it off right tackle, cuts it back to the middle, and Caden Proctor puts him into the ground at about the 36.
Carter Henderson, the ball carrier.
You know when Mr. Proctor's in there.
Well, and when he falls on you after it's insult to injury on that one, you got to wait for him to unpile on top of you.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
2nd down, 8.
Ferguson and Jackson both out to the right. 15 on the play clock. 4-man front for Southeast Polk. Off the quick count, Waller back to throw. Now rolls to the right. Being chased. Still looking, and is going to throw upfield. Jackson behind everybody, caught it, and he's in for the score. Touchdown. Tightrope the sideline, and it's a 36-yard touchdown pass with a Polk player down.
You know, we've talked all night long about how Austin Waller has extended plays with his feet. And there was the perfect example of why when you have a mobile quarterback like that and the play all of a sudden degrades and you've got to just look downfield and try and make anything you can out of it, when you've got somebody like Tristan Jackson down there, you've got a chance on every play, especially when Waller extends the plays like he did with his feet there.
So Lions get a little bit closer, 42 to 19. The injured Ram is up and off. And I imagine we're going to see a 2-point try coming up here by Linn-Mar. And here comes the offense back out there. As they will go for 2. No, they won't. They're going to kick the extra point. Beg your pardon. From the left-footed kicker, it's up, and it is good. So it's 42-19 in favor of Southeast Polk. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this here on CRM Live Sports.
No matter where you are in life, Hills Bank is here to help you succeed. Whether you're buying your first house, saving for your child's future, or preparing for retirement, you can count on the people at Hills Bank for the support you need to reach your goals. It's easy to connect with a banker over the phone or on hillsbank.com because we believe banking is better through human connection. Hills Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC member. Cedar Rapids Millwork, providing outstanding service to Eastern Iowa for over 50 years. Quality products, including windows, doors, moldings, hardware, stair parts, specialties, and cabinets. Locally owned and operated, Cedar Rapids Millwork has in-house production, providing innovative quality services for contractors and their customers of the corridor. Cedar Rapids Millwork, 1950 Progress Drive in Hiawatha, and online at cedarrapidsmillwork.com.
Getting ready for a Linn-Mar kickoff, and well, you never know. It's 42-19. Maybe
That's right. You don't know.
Maybe a little trickeration, little onside. We'll see. Still 3:27 to play in the third.
We'll tell you, Tim Lovell's been talking very closely with his coaching staff down on the sideline, though. Wouldn't surprise me.
See if Fromm will kick it deep, and he will. Low end over end kick, returnable. Robbins 5, up the middle 10, 15, angles left to the 20, 25. He just he ran right headlong into Isaac Guerrero, and Guerrero got him down.
Held on for dear life, didn't he?
At about the 30-yard line.
He wrapped him up, and that's about the only thing you can say from form tackle perspective he had. He got the job done, though.
Yes, he did. First and 10 at the 30-yard line. For Southeast Polk. And Rams bringing out the offense. It'll be Gibson in there as the running back this time. And he will get the handoff. Big hold. 35-40. Cutting it to the near side and brought down on a shoestring tackle by Jesse at the 45 after a gain of 15.
Yeah, he didn't get even close to being touched until he was 15 yards downfield.
Gain of 15 quick ones. First and 10 for Southeast Polk. Run left, running right, run up the middle. That offensive line doing the job for the Rams. Here comes a Linn-Mar blitz. Handoff, Gibson up the middle, breaking a tackle. 50, 45, and another first down. Severson brings him down at the 41-yard line.
Backside guard pulled and kicked out the defensive end, and it was just another gaping hole.
22 first downs now for Southeast Polk. They're going to go a little hurry up. 42-20 the score. Still 2.5 to play here in the third. Abbas in the slot to the left side as the blocking back. On first down, they'll throw the quick out. Catch made at the 30-yard line to the 25, and Bulldog down at the 24 was Wignall.
Yeah, the defender fell down out there, and so an extra several yards after the catch were possible. Only came down on the rundown that would save the touchdown.
Gain of 17 more. And it'll be a first down.
First and 10 at the Linn-Mar 23.
All the way down to the Linn-Mar 23-yard line. And just a handful of plays. Offset eye to the right this time. And they'll keep it on the ground, and not much. A yard, and that was it. As might have had a new running back in there.
He's going out now.
Yes, that I believe is the sophomore. That's Landon Vanderwerf, 5'11", 170-pound sophomore. And he's had pretty good numbers. 162 yards. He's averaging 6 yards a carry.
Yeah, and as soon as he comes in, he hobbles out with an ankle injury.
Hopefully he'll be all right. Goes for 2 that time. Second down and 8. In the pistol, Moberly will get it, hands it off to Gibson. Running behind Proctor for a first down. Goes for 11 down to the Linn-Mar 10-yard line.
And Proctor's 10 yards downfield in front of him, just pushing some red jersey back.
And that's over 100 now for Gibson.
First and goal at the Linn-Mar 10.
So Harrison Gibson with 100. Abu Sama with 100. As we go under a minute to play here in the third. Southeast Polk trying to improve on the lead here. They'll go twins to the left side. on first down and goal. Off the fake, they'll throw the quick out. Catch made, turning into the end zone for the touchdown. Cooper Buell made a nice little spin move and goes for the touchdown.
And again, good play action there. The Lions bit hard on the run fake, and that just left the little out pattern there wide open.
Another touchdown. Third passing touchdown for Moberly tonight. Extra point is up and good with 43 ticks remaining here in the third.
Wilson is good.
Whew.
43 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
That's just, I'm back to that word efficiency again. They're so well balanced in everything they do, whether it's special teams or offense, defense, and especially the offense. Just that term efficiency keeps going through my mind. They just don't make any mistakes, Scott.
49-20 now. Yeah, they don't. And tell you what, I don't know what's going to happen down the stretch with things, but based on what we have seen tonight, based on what we have seen so far this year, somebody's going to have to play a really good game.
So while we're here without a break and we're waiting, let's just talk about the big three. You've got Ankeny, you got Dowling, and you got Southeast Polk. I think they're probably acknowledged as the top three in 5A right now.
No doubt.
They've all got a round robin. They've each beat each other in a way. And I don't know. I mean, among those three, it's just who gets hot down at the right time, and probably at the Unidome.
All three could be at the Dome.
They could.
Here's the kick. Another pooch kick taken on a bounce at the 10. Up ahead to the 20-yard line, Jackson. And he will get across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Now, the team that some of you will say you're omitting, Haggerty, is Pleasant Valley, who these Linn-Mar Lions
took to
right to
overtime.
they took them to overtime, and PV, however, has not been beaten yet, and so they're the representative, I guess you would say, from the eastern half of the state that could maybe put a dent in that big three, but we got a lot of water to go over the dam between now and then.
Tell you what, right now, RPI, and it means, this in a quarter will buy you a cup of coffee back in the 70s. Kennedy's number one in the RPI, but the Cougars are down 20 tonight. Uzinski in motion, Waller to throw. Going to throw deep down the near side, one-on-one, and incomplete. Ferguson tried to draw a flag, and nothing doing. You really could. Now, Pleasant Valley plays City High next week.
And that'll be telling. The outcome of that game will be telling.
If City beats PV, real good chance the top four in the RPI are going to be from Central Iowa.
Mm-hmm. If Kennedy does, in fact, get upset tonight in the Unidome.
Second down and 10. Ball just across the 30-yard line. High snap. Here's the jet sweep to Muzinski. Turns it up at the hash marks. Pretty good run. Gets about 9 to the 40-yard line. Going to be real close to a first down. Mason Vanderbrink on the stop. And they will give him 10 on the first down.
Yeah, the chains will move here. But again, let's talk about defensive efficiency now. Every time that they've run outside, especially with the jet sweep tonight, Linn-Mar has had the edge set so close they have not been able to turn a corner. In fact, they've had to turn it up and try and make whatever they can. And that's when the defense for Southeast Polk has had people waiting to clean up.
It's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. After 3, 5A number 3, Southeast Polk 49, and Linn-Mar Lions 20. We'll come back with the fourth quarter after this on CRM Live Sports.
Looking for reliable and professional plumbing service in the metro area? Look no further than Evans Plumbing. From the smallest and simplest jobs to large commercial plumbing needs, Evans Plumbing will strive to exceed expectations by ensuring that all plumbing work is done to the highest of standards. Evans Plumbing uses only the highest quality parts and equipment to ensure customer satisfaction is guaranteed, and 24-hour emergency service is available. Evans Plumbing, 5070 18th Avenue Southwest, and at evansmasterplumber.com.
Fourth quarter about to get underway from Linn-Mar Stadium. Scott Unash, John Hegarty with you. As Southeast Polk, after a 7-7 deadlock early on, have just been an offensive juggernaut in this one.
Quarter, 1st and 10.
And they lead at 49-20 as we start quarter number 4. 1st and 10 for Linn-Mar. And they'll run it out of the eye, off the fake. Waller to throw. Boots right, throws in the flat. Jackson with a catch, but brought down immediately after a gain of 5 by Trayton Nave. As Jackson makes his second catch of the night. Make it 8 of 21 now tonight for the sophomore Waller. Has thrown an interception, but he's thrown 2 touchdowns tonight as well.
Yeah, and how many of those have been when a route breaks down and he's got to use his feet to extend the play and then try and make something out of nothing? That's where a lot of his completions have come.
2nd down and 5. We'll give you the stats through 3 quarters here in a moment. Lions will send Muzinski in motion. There's that double reverse again, and this time Southeast Polk waiting for it. And they're going to bring Jackson down. I think he was looking to throw it again, but had to kind of eat it. Drake Mayo, senior linebacker, made the stop. That's a great name.
Yeah, it really is. And that Nyron Kuru guy out there at defensive end again, too, having no problem reading that and stuffing it into where all his help was.
236 total yards, or make it passing yards, 15 of 18 for Moberly tonight.
Wow. That'll help your quarterback efficiency rating.
On 3rd down and long, Waller stepping up in the pocket, looking to throw. Now tucks it under and is escorted out of bounds. Shy of the 1st down at the 44-yard line.
Waller, for a sophomore, is quick and he's gritty, and he has got some great vision, doesn't he, Scott?
He really does.
Man, he can elude the tackle. And you're talking about probably one of the best defenses in the entire state of Iowa. He's juking and out-jiving these guys and finding ways to either run it or pass it himself. He's got a bright future ahead of him.
Lions will keep the offense out there, and they drew the Rams offside, it looks like. He'll make it a 4th and about a yard coming up. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Rams. Southeast Polk, 454 total yards after the 3rd quarter to Linn-Mar's 197. So Rams over their season average. 4th down, it's now a yard for Linn-Mar. Southeast Polk with 9 in the box. Lions are going to run the read option. They got the corner. Henderson 1st down and more to the 40-yard line. And a head down to the Ram 38 for the 1st down.
First time tonight that the Southeast Polk defense did not set the edge. And that was very well executed by Linn-Mar.
Henderson now with 54 yards on the night. Linn-Mar 140 through the air, 57 on the ground through 3 quarters. 10-10 to play in the ball game. 49-20 Southeast Polk. 2 receivers to the right off the quick count. Handoff, second back through. Henderson again gets to the outside to the 30 and close to another 1st down. 2 times in a row now, Lions got to the corner. Another gain of 11 and another Linn-Mar 1st down.
Prairie Hawks having no trouble with Waterloo West, up 45-7 to begin the 4th quarter.
Been a tough year for the Hawks.
And yet they've got to win.
Over Waterloo East, who's
right.
had a tougher year.
Yes.
1st and 10, Lions at the Southeast Polk 27-yard line. Counter give right side, spinning back, caught. And thrown down is Henderson. That big sophomore, Cooper Martinson, 6'4", 270. Caught him and threw him down right at the line of scrimmage.
What are they feeding these guys down in Altoona? There's a lot of beef out there.
Altoona, Runnels, Pleasant Hill, that area. Henderson out of the backfield in motion. They'll sling it over to Roskop. 25, almost got free, just couldn't quite do it. As he gets down to the 19-yard line. And a gain of 7. The big
Lead to Keaton Roscoe.
Roskup, the big tight end.
Tackled by
6'3", 215, only a junior.
third down 2.
Another third down coming up for the Lions. Clock continues to roll. We're under 9 to play in the ball game. A few of the folks have gone home from this big crowd tonight at Linn-Mar Stadium. Tight end to the right side. They'll keep it on the ground to Henderson, and going to be close to a first down. Depends on the spot. Martinson again on the stop.
We've had a lot of measurements tonight, but I think they're going to give this one to him.
No.
No, it's going to be fourth.
Did not.
Fourth down 1.
Fourth down, about a foot. Quarterback sneak, and close. Going to be real close.
Line judge from the far side's calling the clock for the clock to stop, and so that usually signals first down.
They're going to bring in the
Oh,
sticks.
of course we're going to have another measurement.
I'm a little skeptical about this one. I think he didn't get it.
Man, we need Jeff Moss right now.
Jeff Moss, where are you, buddy? Maybe soon. Yeah, I don't think he got it.
Not a favorable spot at all for Linn-Mar.
No, not even close.
Not even within a half a yard.
Not even close. Lions give it up on downs with 8:17 to play here in the ball game. And Southeast Polk will have it
Southeast Polk takes
on the 17-yard line.
17.
So, Rams will come back out.
I don't think there'll be any hurry to do anything fancy either.
Can't imagine that would be the case. Never know, though. And we got a new quarterback coming in there for Southeast Polk. Holden Hansen. He was the sophomore quarterback in the ball game. And he'll hand it off. And I think that's the sophomore running back in there again. That is the case. That is Vanderwerf. So Coach Zelenovich has said, boys, you got the rest of the night off.
Gain of 4, second
And yet the big 7-4 is still out
Yeah,
there.
the Mr. 74, you're going to have, it's just kind of like, some of the guys around here, you're going to have to get a hook to get them out of there. Second down and 7. They'll take most of the play clock here, down to 10. Hand off Vanderwerf again and runs right into one of the Lion defensive linemen.
Landon Vanderwerf. Tackled by Keaton Roscoe.
Keaton Roscoe playing a little defense that time. Came up with the stop.
Brings up third down
Whoa.
from the Rams.
How the mighty have fallen. 47-0. Xavier leading Pella. Wow.
It was just a few years ago those two were matching up in the Unidome.
Lions with a third down and 8. Play clock down to 6. I think Southeast Polk going to burn a timeout here. And they will. Timeout. Southeast Polk lets us take a timeout. With 6:57 to play in the ball game, it's the Rams 49, the Linn-Mar Lions 20. Back after this on CRM Live Sports.
The Cedar Rapids Iowa City Building Trades Council represents 18 building trade unions in the corridor. Each union provides skilled workers for construction projects throughout the area. Union workers are highly skilled professionals who are determined to better their communities. The building trades unions are always looking toward the future. Training in registered apprenticeships is available. Visit their website at cricbt.org for more information. The Cedar Rapids Iowa City Building and Trades Council, committed to getting the job done right the first time.
Thanks to Mike Sadler and everybody, the Cedar Rapids Iowa City Building Trades Council. Get you some scores on the Emos Hideaway out-of-town scoreboard. Cedar Falls leading Kennedy toward the end of the third quarter, 23-9. Cougars just scoring on a Trevor Scott touchdown. Southeast Polk is 7 of 7. Can they stay that way on third down? They'll hand it off. Vanderwerf's not going to get there. Got about 3, and that is it. And we may see the first punt of the night for the Rams.
Landon Vanderwerf.
Indeed, here comes the punt team, which
Josh
we
Wilson.
have not seen tonight.
4th down 5.
Averaging 35 yards a kick. We'll get it away. TJ Jackson back at about the 41-yard line to get the punt. Perfect snap, no rush. Got it away. Spiral kick will take a bounce at the 50-yard line. Takes a ram bounce inside the 40 and will roll dead at the 38-yard line. 41 yards on the punt.
Linn-Mar 38. Lions take over 1st and 10.
And Linn-Mar will have it with 6:13 to play in the ball game. Trying to get something else on the board here.
Clock's evaporating very quickly here for the Lion offense, and if they're going to try and come up with some kind of a miraculous finish here, they're going to have to score in a hurry on this possession.
Davenport West goes to 6-0, 28-10 over Dubuque Senior. And the Falcons come to Kingston next week to take on Kennedy, which is now suddenly a very interesting game. Off the play action fake, Waller throws on the run into the flat. Catch made at the 50. And all the way down to the Southeast Polk 45-yard line.
To Emerson Gasper.
Emerson Gasper, the sophomore, the punter, shows he's got good hands.
How about that?
As that goes for 17. He's not only a kicker, right? 12th Linn-Mar first down. Dyke New Hartford leading Applington Parkersburg 27-20. East Buchanan over Bellevue 20-7 right now. On first down, handoff, Henderson, big hole left side. He could go to the 20, to the 10, turns the corner, touchdown. 45-yard run by Carter Henderson, who's over 100.
Lion touchdown.
Wake up the starters.
Tell you what, the defense for Southeast Polk just looked like they were standing still, and they were observers on the field for that.
Henderson goes for 45, and it's now 49-26. Not in any danger or anything like that, but not what Coach Zelenovich wanted to see, as the extra point is up and good. And it's 49-27 now. 49-27. We'll take a break. Come back for the kickoff right after this on CRM Live Sports.
End your search for your favorite restaurant in Cedar Rapids. Come to Emil's Hideaway. Emil's is the home for the best tasting American food around. Choose from your favorites: chicken, pasta dishes, pizzas, burgers, and fries. Whether you're bringing the whole family for a meal or wetting your whistle at our fully stocked bar, there's something to satisfy all ages and tastes at our classic American local restaurant. Need catering for your next party or event? Emil's has that too. Call them for details. Emil's Hideaway, open Monday through Saturday at 4 p.m., is right next to Home Depot and across from Lyndale Mall on 1st Avenue Southeast in Cedar Rapids.
Thanks to Emil's Hideaway, the presenting sponsor of our scoreboard. As Central City has beaten Springville 65-13. Edco beat Key tonight 58-16. Here, Linn-Mar getting a bit closer as it's now 49-27. As the Lions will kick it deep. Fromm will kick it down to Robbins, who's had a big night, to the 10, 15, coming to the left to the 20 and backs his way into Guerrero. Those two are going to see each other in their sleep tonight. Isaac Guerrero and Carson Robbins.
Yeah, second time tonight, he's come up and just punched Robbins basically in the face mask.
And that's a 19-yard return. Linn-Mar 3-3. They will get ready for week number 7. They will head to Ottumwa next week. Then they get Davenport Central here on senior night. And then go to Prairie. Scheduled to see them in week 8. Still second team in there. Holden Hansen, the quarterback. He'll get it, and he'll hand it off on the right side, and busting through to the 30. Stiff arm, 35 to the 40, and brought down. Blackford on the stop at about the 45-yard line on a 23-yard run by Vanderwerf.
First and 10 at the Rams.
25 first downs now for Southeast Polk. As 5:15 can't go quick enough for the Rams. That bus is looking pretty good right now. Buses. There are about 5 of them that brought up the varsity. First down for the 45-yard line. Abbas will flip-flop from right to left as the blocker. And timeout going to be taken by the Rams.
Timeout, Southeast Polk.
Southeast Polk will get ready for Prairie next week. Hawks are going to be 5-1 going into that game. And then Centennial at home before they come back to Eastern Iowa to take on the Jayhawks in week 9. And
that game between Southeast Polk and Prairie that we called last year at John Wall Field,
that was fun.
That might have been the most competitive game that we had the entirety of last season calling. That was just a tremendous game. Now, the Prairie people won't necessarily agree with that, but if you're just a fan, that was a tremendous game. And then, you know, Prairie had to exit in the quarterfinals and then watch the team that they almost beat win the state championship.
Yep. First and 10 for the Rams from the 45-yard line. Abbas will flip-flop. They'll also have a new tight end in there for the Rams. Vanderwerf on the sweep to the 50-yard line and out of bounds. And a late flag flies high and in.
Landon Vanderwerf, the ball carrier.
It'd be a gain of 10. Braden Lundgren, the tight end, the leading blocker out there.
Proctor still in there.
Personal foul against Linn-Mar.
Indication of the penalty, personal foul against.
Yeah, he's still in there. That's going to cost the Lions 15.
Right there with the official marching it off, giving him an escort down the field.
First and 10, Southeast Polk.
He could go up and sell some popcorn next.
Seems like a really good kid.
Yeah, if you listen to the interviews, he's just kind of a quiet, soft-spoken guy. But, man, when his cleats hit the turf, it transforms into a different being.
Seneca Molster into the ball game as a wideout. Can't imagine their mother are probably Iowa State fans. Vanderwerf thrown down right at the line of scrimmage. Roscup, I think, in there on the stop.
Tackle made by Keaton Roscoff.
And it'll be second down and 10.
Gain, second down 10.
Gotta think Centennial. Well, Prairie's not going to be a pushover. I'll tell you this, John. This with 4:20 to play here in the ball game, Southeast Polk, and I don't think it's a big secret. They got to shore up this defense a little bit, and the special teams. If they want to go back to back. Here's the handoff to Vanderwerf. He'll get about a yard as he was brought down by linebacker Jack White.
Landon Vanderwerf, the ball carrier. Tackle made by Jack White.
And a third down coming up for the Rams.
Third down 9.
You know, we were talking about the big three out of the Des Moines metro area probably being recognized as the top dogs in 5A right now. But with that round robin that they all have with each other, the emotional rivalries of those games, I think, have dictated the round robin outcomes. There's just so much rivalry and emotion between those guys. Whoever shows up and plays mistake-free probably has a chance to win the state title.
Third down and 9 as they'll keep it on the ground and only back to the line of scrimmage. That is it. And that's Jace Baxter. He's a 5'8", 185-pound junior, took it that time. And it'll be a fourth down coming up for the Rams.
Fourth down 9.
Imagine they'll keep the offense out there. 5A is going to get interesting. That RPI, and a lot of it hinges on what happens at the Dome in the last 15 minutes of that Kennedy CUF game. On fourth down, quarterback draw. And Hansen's going to be shy of the first down. Going to take it for a couple, and it will go over on downs to the Linn-Mar Lions with 2:35 to play here in the ballgame.
Take over on downs, 1st and 10 at their own 25.
And for Linn-Mar, that Prairie game suddenly gets real crucial.
Well, they're going to be fighting for their playoff lives, basically, and depending on what the RPI looks like at that point, which is so far away, there's no way of telling what it is. But I mean, they'll be on the bubble for sure.
1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Waller to throw, going to throw deep. Musinski's got it behind the secondary and hauls it in at the Southeast Polk 37-yard line.
No running around buying time there. That was just a 5-step drop back and chuck it downfield as far as you can throw it.
37 yards on that throw and catch to Musinski. 1st down at the 37-yard line in Southeast Polk territory. I formation. And they'll hand it off to Carter Henderson. Lowers the shoulder and gets a couple to the 35-yard line, where he's met by Tavian Collins, 6'6", 265, and a junior.
Yeah, we're under 2 minutes now, and the clock draining rapidly on Linn-Mar.
114 yards tonight, though, for Carter Henderson.
Good second half.
2nd down and 8 on the read option. Waller on the keeper, and going to lose about a yard.
Austin Waller, the ball carrier.
So it'll be a 3rd down, 90 seconds to play here in our contest. Don't forget, next Friday, we're on the south side of Marion. Our last visit probably to venerable Thomas Park Field.
No doubt.
We thought
One last time.
it was going to be last year. 3rd down and 9. Waller shotgun snap, throws, and the ball deflected and goes back 10 yards, and it's intercepted. Deflected at the 35 back to the 45, and Draven Woods got it.
Crazy.
That was almost immaculate reception-esque.
That was one of the biggest caroms I've ever seen off of a pass.
Southeast Polk.
And
That ball bounced up off of the pads into the air backwards.
36.
Had to be 15 yards downfield.
Yep. The Rams will have it with 1:05 to play at the Linn-Mar 35. Or 36. Well, they'll call it the 36. Probably a couple kneels, and this one will be history. That was a crazy carom.
Be fun to watch that on a replay.
Yeah, it would.
You won't see anything quite like that very often in any level of football.
Victory formation now for the Southeast Polk Rams. We'll have a happy 2-hour ride back to the east side of the Des Moines metro area as Hansen takes a knee, and we're under a minute to play. Going to be a 49-27 win. Lions did a few things very well tonight, but just got behind the 8 ball, and things started to snow to kind of roll downhill. One more kneel down, and the game will come to a conclusion. As Southeast Polk will go to 5-1 on the year, as the Linn-Mar Lions will drop to 3-3. First one in line right there, Caden Proctor.
The guy did everything tonight.
This guy has got a motor, man, and just good to see. Good to see, and like I said, very good young man. 49-27 is our final score. We will take a break and get you ready for the Plum Supply Kitchens and Baths postgame show after this here on CRM Live Sports and CRMLiveSports.com.
The MLB, the NFL, the NHL. What do these three have in common? All three professional leagues have a chiropractor full-time in every team. Professional athletes use chiropractic care to perform at their highest level. Let the team at Spinal Corrective Center help you play at 100%. Sports chiropractic care is the next level. Chiropractic care improves body function, reaction, and improves player longevity. Call Spinal Corrective Center today at 393-3996 and see Drs. Kretzinger, Kuehl, and Henick and experience sports chiropractic care to perform at the next level. Spinal Corrective Center, 3800 River Ridge Drive Northeast in Cedar Rapids and at spinalcc.org. American Family Insurance agent Kurt Gustafson is committed to inspiring and protecting dreams right here in Cedar Rapids and the surrounding area. He starts by getting to know you and your needs and build a free auto, home, or life insurance quote. By bundling policies, we can often offer a variety of discounts. Whether you're purchasing a car, buying property, managing an investment property, starting a small business, or leaving behind a legacy, we've got your back as you pursue your dreams, and we'll help protect them. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. See Kurt Gustafson Agency of American Family Insurance on Johnson Avenue Southwest, right across from the Johnson Avenue Hy-Vee for more details.
Plum Supply Kitchens and Baths. Your home never looks so beautiful. Plumbing fixtures, a great variety. Transform your home with Plum Supply. Our kitchen designs are amazing. Our service is priceless. Plum Supply. Touch and see. Plum Supply Kitchens and Baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
Back with you from Linn-Mar Stadium on the Plum Supply Kitchens and Baths post-game show. Scott Udash, John Haggerty with you. Number 3, Southeast Polk, looking every bit like the number 3 team in 5A. 49-27 as they win it over the Linn-Mar Lions in this one here tonight. Very efficient, really good special teams, returns, etc., etc. Probably a little bit angry they gave up the 27 points, but this is a good football team.
Well-oiled machine. They've got everything going for them right now. They're going to make a long run into the playoffs, and they're just going to be a handful for anybody they play. The only question is, did they play inspired tonight? Not really. I don't think they did. But, Linn-Mar's not one of their chief rivals. If this team can play with great emotion for 48 minutes for Brad Zelenovich and his Southeast Polk Rams, the sky is the limit, Scott. And I know that's going to happen once they get into playoff mode. But tonight it was just business as usual, workmanlike effort, and I go back to well-oiled machine that just did their job efficiently.
They did, and they may not have played the A game, to use Tiger Woods-esque vernacular, but 494 yards of offense. You put up 49 points after a 2-hour road trip. So, few things went well tonight for Southeast Polk.
Well, you look down at your possession chart sheet here, and they scored on their first 4 possessions in a row. On the 5th one, they took it down and fumbled on the 1-yard line, and then it was 3 more possessions in a row where they touchdown, and then they turned it over to the reserves, and that's a pretty good night for one of the top teams in the state. And Linn-Mar doesn't have anything to be ashamed of. They came out here and they pitched and slugged and did everything they could. And, all they did was score 4 touchdowns, which against one of the best teams in the state, that's a pretty good night.
Was a 35-13, a Southeast Polk lead at the halftime break. Both teams scoring 2 touchdowns in the second half. For Southeast Polk, 2 touchdown passes from Moberly, one to Zelenovich and the other one to Butel. For Linn-Mar, they got 2 scores, one in the 3rd, one in the 4th. Waller to Jackson, 36 yards, and then Henderson, the 45-yard run to close things out after Southeast Polk, as we mentioned, led it by 3 touchdowns at the halftime break. Southeast Polk now 5-1 in the year. Linn-Mar falls to 3-3 on the campaign. The final stats look like this. Total yardage tonight, just shy of 500 yards for Southeast Polk. 494 total yards to 337 for Linn-Mar. For Southeast Polk, you talk about balance. 258 on the ground, 236 through the air. Tell you, I was really impressed by Connor Moberly, junior quarterback, and you take a look at him. He's a 6'4", 200-pounder right now as a junior. He's going to get bigger, probably 6'5", 220 by the time he's out. Good odds that he's going to be a college quarterback somewhere someday.
Yeah, he's not a threat really to run too much, but I'll tell you what, he's rangy and he's got a great arm that is super accurate. And so next year, it's only going to get better.
Yeah. And he's not too bad this year, as a matter of fact. So Moberly tonight, 15 of 18, 236 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not too shabby. Zelenovich caught 6 for 108 and a touchdown. Robbins caught 3 for 42. Wignall caught 2 for 26. Good caught 2 for 8. Sama caught 1 for 42 and a touchdown. And Butel caught 1 for 10 and a touchdown. 2 100-yard rushers tonight for Southeast Polk. Abu Sama, 14 carries, 107 yards, 3 touchdowns. Didn't play a whole lot really in the second half. They were keeping him fresh after missing a couple of games. Then you had Gibson, 16 carries. He had 104 yards on the ground. Vanderwerf, 7 carries for 42 yards on the ground for Southeast Polk. For Linn-Mar tonight, mentioned 337 yards of total offense, 131 on the ground, 206 through the air. As the sophomore quarterback Austin Waller tonight, 10 of 25, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was intercepted twice in the ball game. Roscup caught 3 passes tonight for 29 yards and a touchdown. Jackson caught 2 for 41 yards and a touchdown. Ferguson caught 1 for 43. Carter Henderson caught 3 for 16. Waller with a catch, Gasper with a catch, and Musinski with a catch as well. Carter Henderson, 18 carries, 114 yards, and a touchdown in the ball game to lead the rushing for Linn-Mar. First downs, 26 first downs in the ball game for Southeast Polk. They were penalized 5 times for 35 yards, 1 sack, and 1 turnover. For Linn-Mar, 14 first downs. They were penalized 5 times for 37 yards. Linn-Mar turned it over twice. Southeast Polk turned it over once. Third down conversions. Rams were 7 of 9 on third down tonight, 0 for 1 on fourth, while Linn-Mar was 3 of 12 on third down tries, 2 out of 3 on fourth down. And Southeast Polk with the time of possession advantage, 25 minutes, 40 seconds to 22 minutes, 20 seconds for Linn-Mar, as that is the tale of the tape here of this one tonight. Won by Southeast Polk, 49-27. Take a quick break, come back with our play of the game and our player of the game when we return after this here on CRM Live Sports.
Carpenters Local 308 in Cedar Rapids is a member of the North Central States Regional Council of Carpenters, representing nearly 27,000 members and their families in the upper Midwest. The union is dedicated to protecting and elevating the economic and social conditions of all workers and to provide our industry with the best trained, most productive, and safest workforce available. Carpenters Local 308 is always looking for new workers to join their ranks. Apprenticeship classes and training are available for you to become a skilled worker for your career. More information on Carpenters Local 308 is available at carpenterslocal308.org. First Federal Credit Union is proud to sponsor high school athletics. We understand the hard work and dedication it takes for these students to succeed on the field or in the classroom. At First Federal Credit Union, we work hard every day to listen, solve problems, and are dedicated to finding ways to help you with your financial needs. From home loans to auto loans, checking, or even the best savings rates in town, we're here to help you achieve your goals. Learn more about First Federal Credit Union at firstfedcu.com, member NCUA.
Most of the folks have found their way to the exits after this one, as Southeast Polk wins at 49-27 over the Linn-Mar Lions here at Linn-Mar Stadium this Week 6 Friday night. We need to pick our play and player of the game. Our player of the game is brought to you by First Federal Credit Union. FFCU is proud to support high school sports. Auto loans, checking, and the best savings rates in town. Find them at First Federal Credit Union, online at firstfedcu.com. And our player of the game for the Lions, Carter Henderson, tonight. Over 100 yards on the ground, 114 and two touchdowns to be exact in the ball game. Had a big one late, had a chunk play for 45, and never gave up in this one for Linn-Mar.
Just good to see him at 100% and able to go full throttle the whole game like that. Second to last possession of the game, he clicks off the 45-yard run. That's a tremendous effort, and he's had such a nice career here at Linn-Mar that for him to be able to play the whole 48 minutes, that's a big, big deal.
So congratulations to Carter Henderson. He is tonight's First Federal Credit Union player of the game. We got a couple of plays of the game. They are brought to you by Carpenters Local 308 at carpenterslocal308.org, dedicated to protecting their workers and provide the best trained workforce available. Apprenticeship classes and training are available. Look into them at carpenterslocal308.org. If you're thinking about a play of the game to kind of switch things around for Southeast Polk, it was a 14-7 game. Linn-Mar took the ball, moved it a little bit, had to punt, and then the second big return of the night by Robbins. Took it down to the Lion 34. Sama took it in just a few plays later, and it was 21-7, and that was basically it for the
one of
rest of the
several
night.
kick returns tonight, either by kickoff or punt, that just broke Linn-Mar's back early, unfortunately.
Now it's the Southeast Polk play of the game, brought to you by Carpenters Local 308. As far as the Lions are concerned, how about that pretty pass from Austin Waller to T.J. Jackson from 36 yards out?
Yeah, third quarter there. Waller, as he did all night long, buying time with his feet, and Tristan T.J. Jackson just floated down around in the end zone and waited there, cradled it in. That was a gorgeous touchdown pass.
Waller just making something out of nothing, which is, I think, one of his better attributes.
It really is, and for a sophomore, more often than not, he came up with a big play due to the fact that he's trying to take those chances. And, as he gets more experience, that's only going to get better too.
No doubt about it. So those are your plays of the game, brought to you by Carpenters Local 308. As Southeast Polk wins it tonight to go to 5-1, 49-27. They make a statement coming over to Eastern Iowa and sending the Lions to a mark of 3-3. As Linn-Mar will get ready. Next week, they will go on the road to Schaefer Stadium to take on Ottumwa, while Southeast Polk will take on Mark Bliss and the Prairie Hawks
at home
next week. And that will be over in Runnels area.
Yeah, the greater Runnels-Altoona area.
Pleasant Hill. Don't forget about the hill over there as well. Next week, Friday night, 1 week from tonight, we're hoping for weather just like this because we're going to be outside. There's no press box at Thomas Park Field as it was lost in the derecho. And no need to rebuild it when you're building a new stadium. And we will see the Marion Wolves next week. We'll see Alex Moda, Marion and Decorah next week. And vital game looking at that 4A district next week because, let's face it, Waverly Shell Rock's going to win that district.
Yep.
We know that.
Yep.
Who's going to get second? Marion's got a shot, and Decorah's got a shot. Who's going to come up with that number 2 spot in that particular district?
That's the kind of game that you love to call because, both teams are just going to be so motivated. It'll be an emotional game, and those are always fun to watch. And, we can deal with cold out there broadcasting. Scott, we cannot deal with rain. We've got to call the rain gods off.
Yes. Well, it hasn't rained in 7 weeks, so, that'll be the time that you get that going. But that'll be next Friday night for you, around 7:15 with the pregame here on CRNLiveSports.com. The Decorah Vikings and the Marion Wolves from over at Thomas Park. And always great to be over there in bucolic Thomas Park. The leaves ought to be turning, and it ought to be beautiful.
One last time. We did that at Armstrong Field. We had our final finale there. So now we get to say goodbye to Thomas Park.
Before we say hi to the brand new stadium behind the school.
The Wolves are going to enjoy getting in.
Yeah. Well, that's going to wrap things up here tonight. And big thanks to Tanya Moe, everybody at Linn-Mar for all the hospitality. Big thanks to all our great sponsors here on CRM Live Sports and CRMLiveSports.com for helping us out. And, of course, thanks to everybody for tuning in to our broadcast tonight. John, have a great weekend. We'll see you next Friday.
Great job. See you then.
Final score tonight, it was Southeast Polk topping the Linn-Mar Lions 49-27. You've been listening to a sports presentation of CRM Live Sports. For John Haggerty, Scott Udash saying so long from Linn-Mar Stadium.